ṣe ní iṣẹ́ ló ṣe ní ọba mi àfìrí gbọ̀ngbọ̀n.
Orí adé tọmọdé tàgbà ní dáríjọ tí ọ̀gbun àràbó bá ti di lọ́dọọdún. Ayé àmọ́ dáríjọ wá pínrẹ fún yín ní orí adé ó bàbá mi àgbógbó fèwú ṣòkò sí ohun tí ó sọ bá ẹ̀ ní kú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Àwa máa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni o. Àwa máa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni. Àwa máa forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni o. Àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú. Àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú. Àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú. Àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni. Kábíyèsí o.
Dàbí rẹ̀, ta ló dàbí rẹ̀, nínú gbogbo alágbára ta ló dàbí rẹ̀, Olúwa, ta ló dàbí rẹ̀. Dàbí rẹ̀, ta ló dàbí rẹ̀, nínú gbogbo alágbára ta ló dàbí rẹ̀, Olúwa, ta ló dàbí rẹ̀.
Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I can see you guys are joining. Everybody is, people are joining just to check out some of the excellent culture of the Yoruba. This is the Yoruba's week. Last week we had it too, but because of the way the week went, I thought I should, top it up this week. It's only fair. We covered the South and the Southeast for straight 2 weeks too. So I thought I should just do that too for them. And also, there has been a lot of development in the last week from Trump looking to invade Greenland or take over whatever he wants to take over everything. Let's face it. And his cabinet of what do they call it? Council of Peace that he's trying to create, almost like he's trying to replace the UN that is going on. And in the case of Nigeria, the Abure drama seems to have come to an end. The court somehow found him not as the legitimate leader of the Labour Party anymore. There is also the news of Nigeria. I will be covering the news. That's what I'm highlighting right now, so that we can go through some of the headlines of what has happened in Nigeria this week. But what I find is that when it's just big news like that, you are being selective of what happened. But it's good to just go online and see, okay, what are the events that has occurred and read the headlines out. We don't have to discuss all of them, just to cover what has happened in Nigeria for the week. And I'll also be going to discuss some of the, we'll be discussing some of the visits of iceblock to Nigeria and what that taught us about Nigeria. And if there are lessons we can take away from that visit. I, for one, I saw something that I actually thought it wasn't that bad. It was even worse than I thought. But it's one day, it's only fair. I came to Nigeria for one day. He didn't go to Abuja. He just went to Lagos. And, some people like to say Lagos has been transformed, but yeah, that is that. And I also noticed that some Nigerians are very, very, some Nigerians are really awful. I saw was it Twitter? Was it on Twitter? Somebody released an image of iceblock being attacked in Lagos. It's like, even if clearly it wasn't true, they literally edited the image to make it look like he was injured in Nigeria. I don't know why Nigerians do this type of things, what they gain from it, why they want to malign their own country. So that is that on one end. And obviously, let me state the disclaimer. Every conversation we're going to have here is not going to be based on trying to divide people. On the contrary, is to bring people together, to let us understand our problems. We are not here to discriminate against people based on your ethnicity, tribe, religion, race, gender, whatever people use to discriminate against. Even ball club, this is not the place. Football saw something this week that wasn't very pretty on the continent to an extent. Maybe there's something to be learned from that. I actually think it's a positive thing, what happened in Morocco in the football match. I'm not sure why we are not covering. Maybe we covered it last week. Maybe that's why we're not covering it again. But I think it's worth looking into that again. And let me go to the headlines that I can see here for Nigeria. So the first one, it says training equipment support. Nigeria US review strategic partnership. You see, this is what we do: training and equipment support. Do you know? Oh my God. The amount of training we receive from America and the British. By this time, where are we going to graduate? We'll be receiving training since 1960. Training and support. Leaders. They are. What am I saying about leaders? Nigerians, you people lack ambition. I have to say that. All of you, apart from a very, very few, lack ambition. Because many of them think this is anything. This is rubbish. Training. What is training? Nigerian bandits kidnapped 150 churchgoers, demand motorbikes in return. Wow. Wow. Bandits want to get more Okada so that they can be able to kidnap more. Why would you give them more Okada? Is the Okada so scarce that they are using kidnapping people to ask for Okada now? This is a pathetic situation Nigeria is now. And this is covered on Sky News. This is not even Nigerian news. This is international news, for crying out loud. Embarrassing the country. But that is what we have to put up with now. Another one in Kaduna, kidnapping. Woman escaped Nigeria church abduction. You see, now they are going to churches too. Now, it shows you that these people, they have a motive. They have a motive for what they are doing. I don't think a self-respecting, normal, unattached, unaligned jihadists will be doing these sort of things. They will not want to invite attack to themselves. Why would these jihadists want to invite attack into Nigeria? Because they have their own agenda. All right, so Nigeria shall tout progress on potential 20 billion Bonga Southwest oil field. Yeah, this appears to be a kind of positive news that Shell want to come and drill oil. But why do we need Shell to drill oil? Why can't Dangote figure out how to drill oil? Why can't we find somebody to drill oil? Dangote can build a refinery. So if you can build a refinery, why can't you drill oil? Drill the oil, because these people, they are just going to come, take the oil, go and process it overseas. If only the Shell buys the oil from the Nigerian government and gives it to Dangote, I would prefer that, actually. They can do that. So Dangote can now process it. After all, Dangote refinery is going to become 1.4 million barrels a day. They need it crude. So if that was the case, but no, that's not what's going to happen. They're going to take it overseas and find a way to sell it to other African countries again. And they will be making money off our backs, which is not always very advised at all. And one other thing they don't do, they don't tell us the terms of the agreement. They never tell us the terms of the agreement, which is actually wrong. You are supposed to tell the people the terms you reach agreement with these foreigners, so that we know everybody's on the same page. They know what to expect from the agreement that we have reached with Shell. It's not a bad thing that they are investing. I don't have any real issue with that. Personally, I would like them to give us a reasonable share of the oil and also sell the oil to Dangote refinery, so that Dangote refinery can be able to process it and get value added this income from it. So now I will go to the next one. Nigeria must stop importing what it can produce. Oh, shocker. Shocker. Sometimes I feel like we are too smart. We are so smart that we keep repeating smart thoughts without actually doing them. Weird, isn't it? We say smart things all the time, but we never do it actually. It's really strange, isn't it? Is that not what P2B has been talking forever, saying forever? Is that not what they've been talking for how many decades now? But still, there's hardly any manufacturing going on in Nigeria. And that government, they don't put their effort in trying to make that one happen. See, you see people sending their children to overseas to go and school, to go and do all this nonsense, when they should be focusing on getting machineries into the country to start doing value-added manufacturing. If they cannot get the machinery into the country, you start making the machines yourself. Buy the parts. Spend 2, 3, 4 billion just sponsoring these things. Before you do it, you will see 2 or 3 sectors. Nigerians will start mastering it. Within 5 years, they will start mastering all those things. They will start making it for themselves. But no, our leaders, they will talk. Tomorrow now, they will rush and go and buy SUV from Japan. That's how useless they are. They will talk about supporting Nigeria these businesses. The next thing, they go and do the worst. I don't know. Why do they do these things? It's like they are just con men. They will tell you one thing and do something else. They will say, oh, we have to stop taking loans. The next minute, they go and take loans. We have to stop relying on foreign manufactured goods. The next thing, they're going to go and buy it. It's like, even when they even carry this in, have the policy of buying locally manufactured goods, they themselves still go and, you can't even make it up. They themselves still go and buy foreign goods. Why is it that we can't get this straight? On topic, not the Google. No. The topic has already been covered. I've talked about the 3 topics already. I don't know about the Bassey one. I tried to find information about the Bassey one. I didn't get it. Let me see what she's talking about. There's nothing there. What's there for me to talk about? Am I to talk about Abure and this thing? There's nothing there. They've already spoken about the Trump and Greenland palaver. So there's only I have to cover the Nigeria. I think it's actually valuable. We'll cover other things that are happening in Nigeria so that people know what is going on. I'm not playing any video, so there's no risk of having any copyright strikes. US launches strikes against Islamic State in Nigeria. Okay, that was a month ago. That one happened quite a while ago. Let's see. 4 days ago, Nigerian police denied church attacks as residents insist 168 people are held by armed groups. See that? ABC News. This was just 3 hours ago. UN World Food Program warns millions in Nigeria face extreme hunger without urgent funding. Since when do they feed us in Nigeria? Did these people even feed us in Nigeria? God. What kind of people? Why are we like these Nigerians? I'm tired of talking about Tinubu. I'm tired of talking about our politicians. It is Nigerians. Why are we like that? You have a country where IDP camps exist. You have a country where the people are not secured. You can't even sweep your streets. Why can't you just start there? You can't even sweep your streets. Many of these women that live in Nigeria, they don't sweep their houses. Why are you not telling your husbands? Are you the one running this town? Why are the roads dirty? Why are you leaving the roads very dirty? Because the one who go home, I sweep my house. Why are the roads so dirty? Why are we dropping rubbish? The roads keep failing all the time. Why are you not holding the men accountable? It's really, really embarrassing. Like when iShowSpeed went to other parts of Africa, I'm telling you, by the time he came to Nigeria, Nigeria was the worst picture I saw. And that is Lagos. And that is some of the best parts of Lagos. That's the Lagos everybody is shouting that, oh, they've done Lagos up. Lagos is to be transformed and all the rest. And yet, maybe in the eyes of Nigerians, it's been transformed. But in the eyes of international standard, it hasn't. It hasn't been transformed at all. It was really, really embarrassing. The guy was looking as if Lagos is smelling, and darkness. When the evening came, the roads were becoming darker and darker. So they had to artificially light the iShowSpeed up. It's like this guy went to Kenya, went to Ethiopia, went to Uganda, went to South Africa. You know, all those countries, they were fine. They were just fine. Went to Swaziland, Eswatini, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he went to Eswatini. I think he went to Zimbabwe too. Well, the moment he arrived in Nigeria, oh my God. And then you see how Nigerians behave. Oh my God, we really disgrace ourselves. That it just shows you how entitled our people feel. Our people feel entitled. They want to capitalize on every single chance they get. It's like they don't even have any dignity. You know, when I was growing up, parents don't even allow their children eat in the house of even family members. They don't take food from family members. That's how Nigerians used to be quite reserved. Like if you as a child, you go and take food from anybody else other than your parents, you are in trouble. They frown on it a lot. Now the parents are the ones on the street begging money openly. How is that those men, because most of them are capable of having wives. Maybe some of them do have wives even. Definitely girlfriends. How are those people begging iShowSpeed money going to raise their own children? Is that what we are doing now in Nigeria? Begging. Bambiala. That's what we are doing now. And our elites are also complicit in this because they want to have this idea like, oh, they are too big. Look at me. I'm going to bless your life. I'm going to transform your life. This kind of attitude. On-end attitude. You are running your country to the ground with that nonsense characteristics. Instead of you to use the money to actually better your people and build proper infrastructures and build proper services for your people, you use it to go and start aggrandizing yourself. As they say, chasing clout. That's all Nigerians like to do now. quick money. And I've seen it in Nigeria. I work with Nigerians all the time. I've seen it, and I say it to them. I said, some of the things I see in you people is just unbelievable. It's like there's no sense of ethics. There's no work ethic there. There's no accountability. Everybody just acts anyhow. That's what I see in Nigeria, and that's what showed up that day. Even if I understand why some of those things are happening, but man, it looks bad. It really looks bad. And that is in Lagos. I wish he went to Abuja. Maybe he would have redeemed Nigeria a little bit, but that was in Lagos. That's one shot we had, and they destroyed the Nigerian reputation completely. He even, like, the one of them is the man that is saying he's the strongest man in Africa. They offered him money. He said he wanted money. At first he said he didn't want money. Then later on he changed his mind and said he wants money. Then when they offer him money now, he refused. Hey, this is a pathology or what is going on? Then he said the money is too small. He needs more money. What did you do for the man that he has to give you money? He'll give you free money and you are setting standard for him. Then he gave you another, he offered you in dollars. I think $1,000 was what Ashio Smith offered him, and he refused. Then he was demanding $10,000. For what? Our people. I don't know where our brain has gone. Every single chance we get, we want to use it to hit. Like the idea is, let's what do they call it? Achieve or something. There's a term Nigerians call it now. Every single chance they get, whether they is earned or not, they don't care. They will just want the money. And they don't understand how undignified that looks. Maybe Buhari is right. You know, when Buhari said Nigerians are lazy, Nigerian youths are lazy. Maybe he's right. Maybe Nigerians, to an extent, I've actually said it, that Nigerians, they have this thing where they feel entitled to things without actually demanding proper accountability. Why would your leader give anything to you when you don't even demand accountability? Some people come here and they will still come here today and defend the rubbish that the government is doing, all the nonsense. But what is the progress they've seen? And yet you will see people defending it. They will defend it and they'll say it's the right thing to do. And you see some of our people, they'll come here and say we should be recolonized. What is wrong with our people? If you go to North Africa today, if you ask whether they should be recolonized, it's only 10%, maybe even less, that will say yes. But when you come to Nigeria, you ask, I won't be shocked. You see 30% of people will say yes, we should be recognized. And those people, they actually think they are smart. They think they know what they are doing, but they don't. They have no clue. No clue. And I don't know whether to blame them. It's like Nigeria it's like we don't have any leaders, and because we keep electing children to come and lead us. People that don't understand leadership, they just want power for the sake of it. Funny enough, that is exactly what Lord Duga said about us over 100 years ago. Lord Duga said that we lack apprehension of the future, and that we like the apparels of power, but without understanding of his responsibility. That is what Lord Duga observed. That is strange. It's really strange. I don't know how people manifest that kind of behavior. If people will manifest the behavior, while individually they don't manifest it. Because most of our men take responsibility for their homes. They provide for their homes, they take care. But societally, we don't understand the concept of leadership at all. We don't even know what it means. We think we do, but we really don't. That is why our country is the way it is right now. I can tell you right now, Nigeria has not had a good leader for a very, very long time. We've not had a good leader. And the reason why we have not, because the people are not good too. They are not up to scratch. They are not. You can't, let's face it, you can't compare yourself to other people. You can't. You can say you are, because you are the largest country in Africa and you have oil that is under the ground. Those things are given to you, not by, it just happened by nature. That's not out of conscious effort. It just happened by nature. What are the things that are actually conscious, that is actually strategically important that Nigeria has achieved? All we do is dance, shake our backside, and act drama that makes Africans look bad too. Many African programs that I watch, you need to see how they make black people look bad. They will always, Nigerian programs, so they will make the lighter skinned ones do all the nice things. Then the darker skinned ones are like the devils, the wicked ones. I don't know whether you have seen this program, Visa on Arrival. Just notice what they do on that Visa on Arrival. The lighter skinned people, they use them to play parts. One of them is even mixed race. They use her to play good parts, like she's a nice and good person, while all the darker ones are the bad people. It's like, why would you do that? These are forget it, man. And I should still reveal a lot of things. And one other thing that the I should speak showed is that we were very fake. We barely showed him culture. It's only that museum, art gallery. When he went there, that's when he really saw Nigerian culture to an extent. We didn't show him much at all. We kept trying to show him things that they already have in the West. That's not what he came to see. We want to show him bicycle, we want to do things that they've already done. When we should be showing, we should have brought masquerade from all parts of Nigeria to Lagos. Instead, they were dancing with Fulani, this thing. I don't know what that dance was all about, really. I really don't. But it's okay. Maybe they were not ready. You know, but the world has seen us now, and it wasn't pretty. You know what? Let me play this video. I'll play that video so people will see. This Kenyan lady was laughing at Nigeria. She couldn't hold her. She couldn't hold it. She couldn't hold it. That the way we behaved was so poor that, you know, I should speak didn't have a good experience in Nigeria at all. So that is one side anyway. Now let's see the news that I wanted to also share. Because some people think that Nigeria is still not spending money defending currency. Now, just in case people are not aware, the CBN spent $7.5 billion to defend Nigerian Naira in 2025. So that is the news. After floating the currency, we still spend money defending it anyway. Not as much as previously, but you should also expect it to come down because Dangote Refinery has plummeted the amount we spend importing petroleum products. Even without floating the currency, the amount we spend defending the currency would have reduced by default. That is why I question why Tinubu floated the currency. Because Dangote Refinery has now almost completely wiped out petroleum import, which makes up 30% of our dollar demand. And just over 30% of our dollar demand. So the amount we would have been spending if they hadn't floated the currency would have reduced by default anyway, by 30%. That is a lot of reduction. But yet, the rush floated the currency, caused inflation, caused all kinds of job losses. To what end? And they are the smartest people in Nigeria. And we say, we wonder why the country is not functional. But I will leave it at that now. I will bring some people in there so that they can watch some of these things we have had to experience this week. Nigeria has not, although there was one good thing Nigerians did that I will also play. And the Nigerians are known for that. Nigerians are they have this side that is also good. You know, I don't want to, you know, keep saying all the negative things about Nigeria. Nigeria also has good sides. So we are going to cover that too. So let me bring in comparable facts. This one that you come here today, you really are prepared for trouble. What you have something to share with us from California. You are in California now, aren't you? Comparable facts. You are in California. You are muted. You are still muted, though.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, loud and clear.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, we are fine. We are fine. Just doing okay.
Yeah, I just got back from Nigeria about 2 weeks ago. So how long that been?
How long for what?
No, I said I just got back from Nigeria on the 11th of this month. I don't know if you're aware of it.
That's cool. How? Okay, you went to the southeast, or were you in Lagos?
Oh, I was all over. I was a lot of places. I started from Lagos to Abuja, from Abuja to Owerri, from Owerri then I started from there. I drove to Port Harcourt. From Port Harcourt, we drove to Aba. From Aba to Umuahia. So I did travel to most southeastern states. So I did travel. And to be honestly, during my time while I was there, Southeast was very, very peaceful. I did not witness any kind of unknown government, all those kind of nonsense. I don't know, maybe that period, but everything was very, very calm. The only problem that I have was, people, the police and the Air Force, military. I don't know why the Air Force has to be on the checkpoints too. So far, can you figure that out? I mean, there's Air Force, there's police. There's military people at the checkpoint. They're just collecting money.
It's easy to understand now. It's easy to understand. They don't have anywhere else to be. If they go to military base and they need people there because they've not recruited enough people, so they have to man the checkpoint. That's why it's peaceful. He wants to
But why they're collecting all the own money? They're begging money after all they keep you there forever. I'm not talking about myself. I have kind of privilege, so I'm not going to disclose that privilege. Yeah. But this is what they're doing. Because once we are passing, we see like about 10 cars. They're just collecting money.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that. Were you driving privately or like public transport?
No. We would drivers,
They will take your money. They will take it.
I don't really drive when I'm in Nigeria. I only drive around Owerri, I don't drive when I'm in Nigeria. Nigeria is so chaos for me to drive. It's not that I can't drive, but I refuse to deal with their chaotic, Nigeria is so chaotic, it's not even funny. But I wanted to say something. I think I heard you say something about the other day about what's going on in Nigeria. I think the problem I witness about Nigeria is not just the government, it's about the people we have. Nigeria have very chaotic people. Let's just call it. I did witness that while I was in Nigeria. I mean, the elected people that like them, this is what we get. Everybody keep on complaining about the government, which I'm overwhelmingly complaining about the government. They are very corrupt and it is. But it's the people who elect them, and this is how we are. I mean, I don't know if you know about what's happening recently about Aisha Speed that came to Nigeria. He left. He was supposed to be in Nigeria for 3 days and go to Abuja, but he left the second day. He went to China, was supposed to be in China for 3 days. He spent about a week. So he went to Morocco. Yeah, he went to Morocco, he went to Kenya, some African countries. But when it comes to Nigeria, I'm not even talking about people, all these content creators or whatever, try to create something for themselves. But people in general, do you know that he was accused by a lady, for sexual harassment? A lady tried to blackmail him. That's one of the reasons he left.
Wow.
At Lagos.
Unbelievable.
Yes. The lady tried to blackmail him that he was sexually harassing him. That's one of the reasons why he left the second day. It's just the chaotic situation we have in Nigeria is not. Yes.
Sorry, let me confirm something. People are saying it's echoing. Is it still echoing?
It has stopped. I think it has stopped.
Like this echoing is a new thing, I think whenever I'm playing the screen audio, it just starts echoing. So I will be watching out for that now. Sorry about that. Go ahead. So was it that, because I saw a video of a young man handing Aisha Speed something, saying he should take one of the girls or something like that. It's like they want to do kind of runs with Aisha Speed. It's like I don't understand what Nigerians are doing. I don't understand them. Is that what they do now? Is that what they do? They don't. Okay, one, they didn't know who Aisha Speed was. They didn't know that one. It's a 21-year-old boy that doesn't engage in those sort of shenanigans. His father is watching, literally watching him live. And you expect him to be like that.
People are blaming it on poverty. Don't they have poverty in Kenya? Don't they have poverty in Morocco and some other places that he went?
It's not poverty. It's the opposite. Those people that were running chasing him, they didn't look that poor. Many of them had clothes on. They had muscle on them. So they were chasing him and shouting and saying, "Give us money, bless us, give us money, 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 money." You know, and for me, that one is one thing. How about the muscle man, the strongest man in Africa, the one that was just asking for money? He gave you money, you rejected it, you asked for more. It's like, what kind of behavior is this? Whatever he gave you, you should just accept, because that is a gift. It's not yours. But you forget that he was
greed.
talking in front
It is
of the
greed
entire
and
Nigeria.
entitlement.
And which one is Pella again? Pella was chasing him left and right.
Don't you know who? Oh no, forget about Pella. The guy is a content creator. I'm not angry about what Pella did. Pella is trying to create a context for himself. I'm not. He has one of the most trending.
It makes us. It's embarrassing to Nigeria.
I don't really look at his anything embarrassing.
So if you want to make content, if you want to make content, go and cover yourself in shit. So because you want to make content, you go and disgrace your country. Which country? Who does that? There are certain things you have to consider what you are doing. Maybe there are smart ways to create content other than just to embarrass the entire country, chasing I should speed. You know, I just feel like the whole thing was a shambles. No wonder the poor guy had to leave. No wonder he had to leave. Maybe he didn't even have the chance to go to Abuja to go and find out, okay, maybe Abuja is a lot better. Abuja would have been 1,000 times better, but whatever they did drove him away. And I hope he comes back. Yeah, which I don't know whether he will ever.
Well, he wanted to go to Abuja, you know, but because I guess they drove him away. I don't know why. Because he wanted to go to Abuja. Like I said, he was supposed to be in Nigeria for 3 days, but he left the second days. You know, I don't really know what happened in Lekki when he went to Lekki. I don't think there was a light at night. So I don't know. But there's light in Lekki now, so I don't really know what actually happened that particular day.
Some parts there were no light. Some parts there were light.
Okay.
There was light. But the thing is, he drove in many other countries. They didn't experience that. I'm telling you, when I saw him in Morocco, I was looking at the road. I was trying to find rubbish on the road, like any rubbish at all. I couldn't find any rubbish in Casablanca. Look at, it's like the people themselves don't drop rubbish on the floor. They clean it. They make sure everything is clean. But Nigeria can't even fix a city that where they have how many million people in that city. They can't even take enough tax to just get people to clean the city. All those people that are begging, why are you not hiring them to clean the city?
Forefathers, I'm surprised you're the one bashing Nigeria today.
It's embarrassing.
It's a new one for me. Oh.
Why would I not bash it? It's rubbish now. When they are misbehaving, why would I not bash it?
Everybody knows that I have never seen you bashing Nigeria. So I'm kind of surprised.
If you are misbehaving, I'll bash you. When they are spending money defending the currency, I raise that issue all the time. Sorry, please go ahead, comparable facts. So I go to AY. This one people are coming in so that everybody can be able to chime in. It looks like you can't hear me. Comparable facts. Your audio has gone. All these Democrats. The kind of
your audio is not.
Is it echoing? Is it echoing?
It's good now. It's good.
Oh, okay. So I mean, like I was saying, everything is not about the government. It's not about the government. Are the government performing? No, they are not really performing. I mean, we know what happened in Nigeria. That has been happening to Nigeria for a long, long time. But the people are the big problem. I mean, everything is just chaotic. Even, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I just don't want to say anything about what's going on in Nigeria. Try to retain my mental health, okay? Because it's so depressing. I mean, sometimes that, since I come here, I've only been here once, just talking about Nigeria, I need to get some rest, man. I said, let me just come in, and see Forefather. That's why I came in, Forefather. Yeah.
Thank you for coming in to console me from the embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment that I have to endure watching. Just the video. Once you look at the video alone, oh my God, this is starkly different from all the other countries. It just looks uglier. It just looks uglier. Man, let me go to AY Jare. AY, what do you make, with all the Trump shenanigans and now I should speed the AFCON competition, the all the controversies that came out of that. Thank goodness Nigeria didn't hate on him, but we came close. What we did came just as close as embarrassing as hating on him, because man, what do you make of it? Man, personally, I just
make of who? I speed.
I should speed visit.
It's not even
about him. It's about Nigeria. It's about what Nigeria did with him when he
honestly,
Nigeria.
Yeah, if you watch the last part of the Damages show, I think our sister Ugozika, she said it all. Me, I was actually looking at from the angle of beggy culture, but she said, I think she was basically saying like, we don't obey order. That's the problem. Anyhowness of Nigerians. I really align with what she said. You see, the beggy culture, yes, is right there. Sometimes you get disappointed getting to Nigeria from the airport. Custom are harassing you for money, immigration harassing you for money. What was the other? You get on the street, police are harassing you for money, road safety, everybody just harassing you for money.
But it's turned into something else. You know, when we were growing up, yes, if you encounter law officials, they will harass you. If you encounter anybody in their position of authority, they will harass you. This one, they just see anybody now, they just start begging. Foreigner on top of it, foreigner.
That
you
is
just start begging for money.
Actually,
oh my God.
See, I'm surprised people are just seeing this now. That is where it's a bit embarrassing and scary. Because I remember I was in Lagos airport, I don't know, I think probably 4 years ago, something like that. I remember seeing these people, even what was this thing?
Last man or something.
No. The other new thing, civil defense. The way everybody is just harassing for money, my fear was, what if it's a non-Nigeria? How is he gonna look at us? Because I travel around the world, you don't see where these things happen. Then you come to Nigeria, everybody. I remember an incident. I got to Lagos airport. I called this lady. I wanted, because I saw she was the lady carrying card. I was basically calling. I'm like, oh, come and help me pick my stuff. She actually came around, but there were some other guys there. I feel like, oh, okay, maybe I can help this girl with some money. As we were going to meet my brother, you know what she said to me? She said, bros, now dollar you go pay me. Oh. I got so pissed. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you using dollar in this country? I got so pissed to the extent that when I got to the car, just to ask my brother, oh, if you have Naira, please give her money. Because I didn't want to deal with her. I feel like if she has actually come and said, tell me a different story, maybe, oh, bros, oh, I'm looking for money to pay my school fees, so these are hard for me. Oh, I'm trying to take care of my daughter. Just good reason, not because you help me move load that is just less than 500 meters. What I can actually do for myself, you are telling me to give you dollars. I think it was just very disgusting. Apart from that, the police, the road safety, everybody, the harassment is too much. Nigeria, I think sometimes it's greed sometimes, because you go to the bank, even bankers sometimes they expect you, okay, you got to drop something. People want to do little things for you in Nigeria, you got to drop something. I don't know how to do it. It's just too much. My fear is if we have foreigners coming, just like the young guy visited Nigeria, then what are they going to call us? You know, the entitlement is just too much. It's not funny, man.
And they know
especially at the airport. I think the Minister of Aviation, the government needs to do something about that, because that is the image of Nigeria.
I thought
they still do it. Sometimes last year I was in Abuja, like they were calling me like, okay, what is in your back? When they start doing that, they just want you to give them money and just go. So I usually struck my face. I'm like, what's your business? What is it's not good, man.
You say nobody with integrity anymore in that country. It's like, are they all gone? Nobody can enforce one sector and make sure that they actually do their job properly. Because to be fair, I've been in Nigeria, I've seen cases where sometimes there are some sensitive areas you see that they actually do their jobs. Like yesterday, like last week, I was talking to people in the legal this area, and the way one lady, she's like a customer service person, the way she spoke, I was like quite impressed. But I was so impressed. But normally you get that here, but because you don't get that in Nigeria, I just find they are very, very fine between before you see people that are actually serious doing what they are supposed to do. Because they've talked about this. I remember vividly when that they were going to stop this. I think there was a case that happened in Nigeria. The airport guy, the person that in charge, said they're going to stop this. No more taking bribe anymore. This and that. Look at that. We are still doing it today.
Believe that your own risk. I think
minister. Why don't they fire the minister? You see, that's the thing. The president is right there. He knows this thing is still going on. Why are you not firing the minister that is supposed to be in charge of that sector?
The minister of aviation. Well, I think some people are saying he's doing something about it. I don't know what he's doing about it.
They are still taking money. What is he doing about it? So
yeah, exactly. It just let me tell you of the police, right? Every IG of police, they know about this thing. In fact, the police are saying that the money get to the IG. So you hear the IG, don't give anybody bribe, don't give anybody any money, but it's still going on. Like before, let me tell you this. Before the protest, before the SARS protest, if you know people that experienced the brutality of those SARS guys, they were criminals giving guns to rob. I'm telling you. They were just calling themselves policemen. They were criminals with guns. That was why you saw Nigeria were that protest was very intense because it was too much. The same thing is still going on, it's just that on a different level. But before that SARS protest, it was so bad. They were literally buying people, put gun on your body if you are not careful. They will arrest people based on, they tell you are a Yahoo boy, they see you with computer, they see you with iPhone, they harass you, they look at your bank account.
Let me get this straight. Let's not spread it too far. This time when you went to Nigeria, some people still ask you for money at the airport.
Not directly. They didn't ask. They wanted to make that move. Me, I know how they act. But trust me, people are expecting you to give them money. It's just normal.
Okay, but at least they didn't ask. There's a difference now.
They have a way of doing it, right? They didn't ask me, to be honest, but trust me, it's going on.
They didn't ask you. They didn't. What do you mean it's going on? They didn't ask you. They didn't take from you.
See. Sometimes, listen. Let me tell you. You don't know how these people act because me, I know my way around the airport. When I was leaving, I did travel alone. I know my friend was giving them money, but not that they ask him. It's just a funny. See. Don't rule it out too, right? They are also underpaid, most of them, but I don't think that is enough. Reason to be harassing people. Yeah, they are also underpaid. Even the police. We have
to be careful, though. I'm saying they are harassing because you are not a very good witness of it now. You saying they are harassing people.
These things are they are going on. They trust me, they are going on. Except you know how. Maybe Masca will tell you more. Masca is in Nigeria.
Yeah.
He will tell you more.
Let me hear from Masca because
hear from Masca on this.
This is quite interesting for Masca because Masca is a Abuja guy, you see. So how do you find the way Nigeria came across with ISHO speed and you can also talk about all the other events of the week. Anything really. And do you think Abuja would have behaved the same way?
No, certainly. But no, not like Lagos. Certainly not like Lagos. But I think AY is correct. The challenge with Nigeria is that it's a very nuanced and complex place. People will be asking you for money, but not directly. It's not like, the country has evolved. Let's say police and all these law enforcement people, they've evolved. They're not going to harass you. They're just going to look, in Nigeria, when you pass somebody and say happy Sunday, if you are a Nigerian, it has a meaning. When you come to the police checkpoint, they say your boys are on the road. It has a meaning. In fact, it's as simple as we are here, sir.
We are here for you, sir.
Yes.
Exactly.
Your boys are here. So all these things, they happen. So in Lagos, people, what I've seen, that even me, sometimes it shocked me. The Lagos policeman has the guts, the liver of a Lagos policeman. I sometimes I marvel at it. Like, don't these people know that I can get you sacked? Like the way you're misbehaving with me, like. But in Lagos, it's like, in fact, let me put it this way. My summary is that there are three problems that Nigeria has managed to tie into one rope. And you can see when you tie three problems, you join them together, it's going to be a massive problem. The first one is, yes, there's an institutional breakdown. The institutions don't work. It's like, if it's like we're always trying to make, if you say this is police, it's like he's going to go and do the opposite of policing. He's going to be the first person to break the law. If you say this guy is a lawmaker, you catch him on TV slapping somebody innocently just because the man is a driver. He's a dispatch, he's a bolt driver. Like, so how are you a lawmaker? You are a lawbreaker, my brother. This is how this country is. We have a tendency to always, all the institutions we set up, they will go and do the opposite thing. So that's one problem that I see. The second problem that I see, and I don't know how we managed to create that problem, is like the level of the way Nigerians, like, we sell or we buy, we value convenience is ridiculous. An average Nigerian is willing to follow one way for convenience. Is willing to bribe the policeman for something very ordinary, like you break traffic law. Okay, what I used to tell police, okay, I agree with you. You say I break traffic law. Well, take me to where they will punish me. What will be the punishment for breaking a traffic law? Take me. Let's go. Okay, I'm guilty.
Let me ask this. Do you think in the north this is less?
Sorry but a typical Nigerian doesn't want any sort of inconvenience. Any at all. We are willing to do. I don't know what kind of life we think life is like. We don't want any sort of inconvenience. The last one, the big one, we all believe that money will solve every problem. And it's like we follow money so blindly. But go ahead, you wanted to...
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that based on what you have seen so far, do you think is the same, like what you've seen in Lagos, is the same in the north? Because I've hardly heard of like northerners having this type of issue where police officers take money from them. I don't know. Is it the same? Because I'm just curious.
So let me tell you, okay, it's different. But like my experience is that in Abuja, police will not. Okay, so let me even refrain. Even in Abuja, it depends on the area you live. There are certain areas where I lived, I think, not that I really lived, I was out of the country, but my family was there. So they went to stay there. And what I realized every night when I'm driving there, the level of harassment is different from the one I used to know. So even in Abuja, the level of police harassment differs with the kind of area you live. If you live in Maitama, police will not harass you because they don't know, in their mind, it's like, oh, these are the big boys. So, and of course, maybe the kind of car you drive. Okay, if they see you drive a Toyota Prado, maybe with blinking lights, obviously they are not, even if you are a thief, they are not gonna mess you up like that. But what I've seen, the real difference is that in Lagos, the police is so confident. I marvel at their guts. Like, how can you talk to me like that? Like, you know, but in Kano, what I see also they do in Kano, there is more nuanced. If you are doing like a keke napep guy, they say they have to stop and park my car and just stand there and ask the police, like, because it's like every keke napep that come, you have to give a certain amount of money. Like, So what I'm saying is that in the north, there's a discrimination. They tend to harass people that they know that these are the lower level people.
I see. That's interesting.
If you are a long distance taxi driver, commuter, you have to keep some money because every roadblock you go, you must give, or else they will just ask you to park.
So,
Okay, but in Lagos, they don't. These people don't seem to be afraid at all.
Did they say it openly? Because, like, when I was growing up, I feel like what people are describing now, they are not doing it openly anymore like before. Before, they literally, like, you have to pay before you go past the road. But now it's like, oh, your boys are here.
No. So that's what I'm explaining to you. What Nigerians have realized is that police will always ask for money. So to avoid that inconvenience, as you come, you just find something and go, which is what I don't like. Because that is like watering a very bad plant, a very evil plant.
Yeah.
Because you know that will come and not give. It's like you are a devil. Why are you not going to give? Everybody is giving.
How many times have we heard that the police officer stopped anybody at checkpoint and found that they were carrying weapons and doing bad things? How many times have we had those cases?
Many times.
Okay, it means that some of them are doing their job now.
No, I see. Look, I agree with him that maybe many times. But
I've not heard.
Maska, you know, there are two things involved: is finding it and following through with investigating what is in the process. Those are two things. I don't know if I'm making sense. So they've stopped vehicles and found illegal things, but did they follow through finally to prosecute them is the point now.
If they find you with a gun in Nigeria, you're done. They'll probably just kill you right there, or they're gonna take you to court, but you're not going anywhere if they find you with a gun.
That's not true. I speak the truth. No.
In Nigeria?
Be like that. There was a time it used to be like that. These days,
no. Okay.
Dude, if they find you with a gun in Nigeria, you're done, bro.
That's not true.
And I'm telling you, it's true.
Bandits all the time.
Gosh, I don't understand why you.
I'm saying we're talking about Lagos right now. We're not talking about bandits. We're talking about Lagos.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I don't know. The time it used to be like, but I'm not so sure.
I don't think we should have this argument. The reason why we shouldn't have this argument is I don't think I don't know. Maybe I'm overreaching myself here. I don't think any of us here carry gun to start with.
Yeah.
I don't think any one of us here is police.
Because I know two people. Anyway, whatever.
So that could be sorry, Chim, but see, forefathers interference. You know, I'm sure, and I'm glad you are a very enlightened person. I'm sure you know what they call one-off. It's like a one-off case. It's not that you know two people that they were caught with guns and they were killed. Yeah, maybe, but
no, they weren't killed. I'm saying in Nigeria. Okay, the worst thing you want to be caught with, especially in Lagos, is a gun.
Okay, my question to you would be why?
Automatically, you labeled an armed robber.
Okay, so then what is the process? Let's now.
The process, that's what I'm saying. So the process, your chances of the first thing they're doing, they're gonna shoot you in the leg. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that if they catch you with a gun in Lagos, the first thing they're gonna shoot you in the leg. If you don't die, yes, sir.
It's not always true. Chief is right. It depends on who. Let me give you one example.
Sir. Okay. We know everything is. Wait. We know everything is not absolute. Yes. Right? And of course, it might become across like sensationalist. What I'm saying. But the worst thing you want to get caught with, before you move on, I'll just say the worst thing you want to get caught with by the police in Lagos is a firearm.
I agree. But let me give you this example. You know, I before I came here, I ran a company, or I owned a company that was dealing with the supply, installation, and maintenance of security systems, high-tech security systems. And I remember one of the sites that I was manning, we had a screening system, a baggage screening system. You know, the type you have in the airport where they screen your baggage. And we screen the baggage. For some reasons, I can't give you all the details here. The baggage was screened. This was in a governor's office. And those who were manning it, I was there. They screened the baggage, found the pistol by an employee. That was dangerous. Not in the governor's office.
Tony, so sorry, Tony. Let's even know, because this argument is even absurd. Do you know forefathers interfere? Do you know that is a standard theory in Nigeria that half of the armed robbery, police lend their guns?
So, agreed. And listen, just like you did, just saying this, I don't want to say, but I'm going to say this. The example you gave, Tony, was something found in a controlled environment. It was a firearm found in a controlled environment, meaning the governor's office. I'm talking about, for example, you're driving on the streets of Lagos, and the police happens to stop you, and they happen to find a gun or guns with you. Talk to anybody in Nigeria and ask them. That's what I'm saying. So we're not saying a controlled environment or you thinking you're going to get away. Even before you start showing your credentials, like, no, if you're not careful, Nigerian police, they're going to light you up and leave you there. Like, what are you talking about?
No, that's true. That absolutely. I don't doubt that. Even this case that I mentioned, you don't want to know what happened because it's you can't do that. But let me just leave it there. It does happen. It depends. If you carry a gun that has a license, you should be able to explain. That is, if you are lucky that the police officer or those who caught you are patient and they have a high sanity level. Otherwise,
yes,
just the mere fact that you're carrying
because they're very irrational.
Yes,
and how they perceive you.
Yes, you just have to trust God to leave that spot alive. So that's true. But
they can't do that now. What if you were a CID, you had a gun with you? How did they know the difference?
Well, yeah, you still have to be able to explain yourself calmly, because the person who is dead, you're dead, you're gone. So it's not like in developed clients where they would investigate and take time to. No. That is a no-go. You don't want to do that, even if they find it in your house.
Do you know how many people Nigerian police, when they do these studies from overseas, you know how many Nigerian police kill every day that go undetected in Nigeria for finding them with like a knife? Then you have a gun, and what do you think is going to happen to you in Nigeria?
Well, you have information that we don't have, but my sense is they are not two things. They are not as diligent, obviously, because this issue of catching you with a gun is when somebody is diligent enough. If the standard operating procedure is everybody gives 5 naira and go, then this argument we're having about seeing the gun is happenstance. It's going to be it's going to be accidental. The Nigerian police are not very diligent in terms of when they are on the road.
No, Master. When they find you.
Forefathers interference. Let me go so I can get to you.
Yeah, let me just end this like this. When they find you with that, all they're seeing right away is money. When they find you with something like that, is how much money they're going to get from you, the judges, the lawyer, everybody. That's what they're thinking about. And they're going to extort you they're going to extort you into poverty if you're not accredited to own that weapon. That's if you don't die, like Tony said.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that given everything I know of Nigeria, like we've had all this fraud before, then they will say they will deal with it. They will make sure it doesn't happen again. They will even dismiss police officers that take money, but yet it's still happening. Because if they were doing their due diligence like the way they do, like in the UK now, they will send fake shoppers to come and check whether people are.
Yes, no, you're right.
They are supposed to be circling
They
the
are
system
called
all the time.
mystery shoppers. I remember very well. I did myself. I
Mystery
remember
shoppers.
when Buhari came in. This was one of the recommendations. I wrote almost like a 60-page recommendation to the government. Yeah, in terms of how the police can actually be, because in my mind, the police is the base, is the belly of the country. If you don't get your policing right, then every other thing is just because everything starts with policing. You know, part of that
the lawyers have to deal with it.
ABC, you even if it's just 50,000 people you employ as mystery shoppers in Nigeria, with the technology that their button can be a camera, so you don't need to do anything. Just appear in front of a policeman and see how he behaves. You know.
Let me go to Chim's. So I can get me go around. Chim, do we need a dog department? You know, somebody that we know is upstanding and strong and is not afraid of these crazies that we have in this ministries. Come in and clean a house from one department to another, because there's a lot of decay that you see in Nigeria, and it looks like it's impossible to have it. Maybe some departments are working fine. Let's say Ministry of Technology, Science and Technology is doing fine, but the others are not. So maybe somebody needs to go in there, one department after the another, cleaning it out, making sure their standards increase, because the way it's been handled so far is not working, and things don't get better. And this week, man, even not very few Nigerians are defending this week with ISO speed. What they saw, they were embarrassed. Nigerians were embarrassed.
Okay, so
what do you make of it?
So yeah, I agree with you. I think one thing I wanted to call our minds back to remember is we used to have an office or a department or ministry, I don't know what, or parastatal or whatever it is, referred to as National Orientation Commission. I know they are still there, but when I say we used to mean right now, it's moribund. They're just maybe one institution that is just collecting budgets and really not doing anything. But the funny thing is that the military era seemed to have utilized that institution better than the civilians who should be using it. If you remember when Babangida was in office, if you remember when they were trying to discourage us, meaning all of us Nigerians, from jackpotting, you remember the Andrew commercial? That was the National Orientation Commission, where Andrew was at the airport. He was complaining, no light, no this, no that. I need to check out, and then somehow he was convinced and he went back.
Wow, that was military.
That was
Madam Dora tried to use it actually. She used it a little bit. That was the last time.
She didn't do a good job at that. I'm an apostle of Madam Dora. I'm going to knock her this morning because you brought her up.
Now my person be that to talk.
No, I say you go receive knocking for her. Be that. But I mean, we all remember how Professor Jerry Ghana, that was what brought Professor Jerry Ghana to the front burner of Nigerian politics. Remember when he says, if you're a teacher, teach well. If you're a minister, minister well. And it worked. It worked. Even though we had a military government, Nigerians had this sense of patriotism. Nigerians had this sense of, okay, let's stay back and build our nation. Those who traveled had a sense of, let me go and acquire and come back. The only problem, which is back now to that your question of, do we need a Doge or any of those things, is the sincerity of the government and the person in office using it. We all know that General Babangida, as much as he did some fantastic things on the surface, his intentions were not pure. The guy had an alternative intention, and that's been the bane of our governance. So bringing it down now to our civilian era, and let's situate it with the man who is in office. For that, with all that you know that has gone around Tinubu and everything, do you think Tinubu is capable of instituting the Doge to say, let's go clean up? 2 years ago, he budgeted for solar panels in Aso Rock. Last year, they budgeted again for solar panels in Aso Rock. This year, again, there's been a solar panel budget for the same Aso Rock. Is that not one of the things Doge was fighting in the US, all those wastages and all those kinds of things? So I think it's not impossible. Nigeria can be cleaned up. I'm one of those who believes you can clean Nigeria up, but it's a top-bottom thing. It's not going to be a bottom-up thing. It's going to be something that those in office in Nigeria. Listen, Benjamin Carlo, there's a video of him going to my constituency. Go and see their volume of vehicles in his entourage that followed this man. I don't know how they managed to get those vehicles in somewhere in Abia State, or was it from Port Harcourt he took them? So either he flew into Owerri or he flew into Port Harcourt. So those volume of clean SUVs were waiting somewhere in Abia State for him. Go and see it. I watched the video. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Climbing somewhere in Bend, the local government in Abia State. And then you're asking, these are people who are telling us to tighten our belts. That we are tightening our belts as Nigerians. Why they are spending humongously in that nature. So I think at the end of the day, the question is this, and it boils back to this police question we're having, and even into the speed, visit. There is this thing about us. We are people who are extremely beholden. We behold authority. We behold celebrities a lot. Until that culture is removed, and that is where you now need a National Orientation Commission to come in genuinely to do a job. The psyche of the average Nigerian needs to be reshaped. Until you do that.
Chim, when you said that thing about we beholden to authority, I remember I saw, which is supposed to be a good thing, but I felt a little bit uncomfortable watching it. When Aisha Speed was in this restaurant, the Yoruba lady was singing to him and kneeling down before him. I felt uncomfortable because, one, you're kneeling down for somebody that is way younger than you, all because it's a YouTuber, you're doing that. I can understand kneeling down to people that have accomplished a lot, but it just felt uncomfortable. Like, is that like that culture that we're
so you don't like culture anymore?
No, I like culture. See, I feel like it's also corrupting.
But to help you based on this question, that was counterculture actually.
Yeah, it can be corrupting. Yeah, it feels corrupting. When you to respect an elder, yes, somebody that has accomplished something because he's been around. Yeah, you can respect that. You can see where. But there's this element now that it's like just because you have money, they worship you. They make you look like you are. And
Nigeria has always been like that. That's part of Nigeria culture. If you have money.
No, but why did Tim say it's counterculture?
No, it's not. It's not always been like that. Listen, let's not run the wrong narrative. Listen, when Alvani Koku and his son ran for office for the same seat, Alvani Koku's son beat the father in an election. They were in two different parties. In some societies in Nigeria, it is this boy does not have respect, and I don't want to, so I don't want anybody to accuse me of mentioning a particular group. But that was, if you're looking at it from that angle of culture, somebody would say this guy had no respect. But no, the point is, you can have respect and still defer respectfully. That's the problem where, to an extent, a couple of our elders have failed. Listen, I've worked in offices where you dare not stand up against the CEO or the senior person or most elevated person in that meeting, and you go against them. But I've also been in offices where the boss, he's also a Nigerian, wants to be challenged. And then people are the ones and the man is looking for people to challenge views. And he's literally struggling to see somebody who he says something, oh, yes, sir. And he's like, no, don't lick my ass. That's not what I'm asking you to do here. Please, this idea, challenge it. Obasanjo, for everything, who is a cultural man, is known for loving to have people in his cabinet who fight him. He's one of the few leaders in Nigeria. And that's why people like El Rufai Bodet, Soludo, Iwala, and Madam Due Diligence, they were all in his cabinet, and they used to stand against him, and he liked it because he was able to separate his Yoruba culture of respect from this is governance. I need people to push back on certain things, otherwise, I'm not going to make progress. So
yeah, I think that aspect of Yoruba culture, they must have ways of filtering it out, isn't it? Because you can't just defer to an elder just because they are an elder. They are an elder.
Unfortunately,
it's not only Yoruba.
Unfortunately, so where I come from, you respect the elder, but you can respectfully. It's also been abused now. So everything has been abused across Nigeria. Let's just make it clear. In the Igbo culture now, there is a lot of money. Once you have money, you can disrespect the elderly person, and people allow you to get past it. But there used to be a time where you couldn't do that. There's a time where people, which is where we had this conversation here, the question will now be, who is your father? Which is what question that Charlie Boy was asking some time ago and people misunderstood him. When they say, who is your father? It's not a case of who's your father in terms of wealth. It's a case of integrity. Where are you coming from? Do we know you? Do you have an antecedent in terms of integrity? So we are losing that now because our civilian political office holders are killing Nigeria. The military men did way better than these people, trust me, to push that country forward. These guys, this group of people wearing Agbada, they are a disgrace. And they are not helping.
Hold on, Chim. Is it not a decay that has been occurring? Because I remember when we were growing up, your parents wouldn't even allow you to take food from even family members without them being aware of it. They will beat the life out of you if you go and take any food from anybody without consulting your parents, generally. Yeah. But now we see those parents are the ones begging money on the road, even when they are not handicapped.
I agree with you, sir, because that's what I'm saying. We need a national orientation commission that and leaves the dream of the person who sits in Aso Rock. Listen, no minister, unless that ministry is a type where for some reason they don't see the strategic nature of that ministry and the government president allows you to just do what you want to do. Most of the ministers are going to do things to favor what the man who sits in Aso Rock wants. It's a fact. If you are not towing that line, they're going to throw you out. And for some time now, that's been the norm. Because tell me, how did Malami scale through in a government of a man that we were told is above stealing? How? Please help me. How did it happen? Today now we're finding out all the skeletons in Malami's cupboard. So I think that Office of National Orientation, I don't know what it is the military did.
Jim is an allegation. No, he has not been proven guilty.
Okay, as alleged. Allegedly. Let me, that's a new lexicon we now have. When you say something, you now say as alleged.
Like Dr. Damage's opinion is alleged. Everything said here, let's qualify it with alleged. Okay.
But let me end here, and then hand over the floor. See, I think any serious government that really wants to change the psyche of Nigeria and the mindset, especially with all this bribery thing, you go to the airport. Do you know that some of these people who clean the toilets in the airport, they keep the tissue papers to themselves rather than putting the tissue paper where it should be? So when I use a washroom, I have access to tissue paper. You go to some airports, then they are the one holding it because they want to have interaction with you. Well done, sir. I want to, and they will now scroll tissue paper and hand over to you. They will tear and hand over to you, and they say, "Well done, sir. I was here to help you." What kind of culture is that? Put the damn thing where it's supposed to be so that when I go use it, I use it. But the lady is holding it. In fact, some of them even sabotage water running in those places. So there is a huge decay in the mind of the average citizen that needs a shift. And until we have a leadership that begins to realize, listen, I want to empower my people. Listen, poverty has been weaponized by our politicians. People want you to come around their homes during Christmas and then they're giving you an envelope. Or when the man goes to Bodyland, they go and gather on the street and there's a long queue.
That was a vision I had. Man,
exactly. So until the president is saying, I don't want people to come and hang around me, let them live a good life. That's the only time the psyche of the average Nigerian will change. But if it is with these guys we see right now, it's going to get worse.
Okay, I don't want to go to a controversial. Let me get to the next person. I think the next person is Mazi. Let's bring the Mazi in. You know, it's like a chief's name, you know, when they say Mazi. But I thank you for joining me. Is there anything we can do to stop this begging culture? Let me just play this video quickly. Just hold on for a second. Let me just play the video quickly so we can see what I'm talking about.
Money, I'm angry. Did you say it?
I'm angry. I need money. I need money. You know me.
Give you anything? Show me love. Show you love?
HSPD coming to Nigeria is the most embarrassing thing I have seen this week. HSPD has gone to a lot of African countries. No embarrassment, peace, nothing. These guys spent less than 24 hours. Everywhere just looks so rowdy, messed up, like as if they know it was coming. Like, why is it not looking organized? Like Nigeria, I beg.
Imagine the moment Speed landed Nigeria, you see a lot of begging, asking for handouts. Imagine, that was so embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. Speed went to Kenya. You see the love people in Kenya was giving Speed. Love, real love. They're just happy to see Speed. But Nigerian own is that you see grown men begging 10,000, give me $10,000. They're already begging for money already. That young man, come on, bro, this boy just turned 21, man. Just turned 21. He already started doing begging. I never seen any Kenyan person that was doing begging on live stream. They were doing different activities to show Speed about Kenya, how it is, and different activities. You come to Nigerian own. The only thing you are seeing is people looking for, they are begging, they're looking for handout, begging. Ghana, you're the only one that can save West Africa from this bad image. You're the only ones. Because Nigerian own,
Welcome to the channel. It's Nigeria. Thanks for clicking on this video. Oh my God. Guys, I'm laughing because what I've been hearing.
No, let me not just embarrass Nigerians even, because they say we are a laughing stock now. That is what this week has revealed among these that grown men. They are not poor. They don't look poor. Some of them don't look poor. They were one of them was well dressed and everything, was begging for money, jogging along the car, begging for money. Even the one that is doing weightlifting is begging for money. Is there anything we can do to remind our people how to be a little bit more reserved? Like at least to foreigners that just get in short, let me do a guest. You know, let's draw the line in guests. If a guest is in the country, maybe we should rein in some of this our behavior. Is there any way to pull it back a little bit? Mazi, please, I don't know whether you have any suggestion for this, because I don't have a clue how to get around this other than, you know, whipping people.
Can I just bring this thing for you then? So please, when you're talking, can somebody eventually please help me understand the word sir? Please, can you tell me what sir means? Is when if I say sir to forefathers, does that mean I'm now licking forefathers?
Yo, ignore that. I still in the comments. Ignore it. Ignore it. Everybody.
Forefathers, good evening, and good evening, my friends. In Igbo language, we do say "manu pafra pafa pafugo." You know, the oil, palm oil is poured, you know, on the ground. You cannot remedy it. You cannot bring it back. There is a decay. The society has rotten. It's rotten society. From Asurok to the cleaner. Everywhere is rotten. I don't know how we are going to remedy the image of Nigeria. Tell me where any sector that is working. You are talking about these people. Go to the ministries. Go to the ministries. If you are not, in fact, you have your envelope must be full. If you are looking for something, you have your money, you want to register a company. You have to see them. Otherwise, your file will be, you know, taken from you, put on the carpet, and that is it. It's a rotten society. That's why you see us everywhere running away from our country, because the society is rotten. Look at that young man. He was embarrassed. Everywhere was messed up, garbages everywhere, stinking. And when you say that Nigeria cities are stinking, people would think that you are just you are trying to, you know, talk bad about Nigeria. I've said it here before. Tell me any city in Nigeria that has running water, because if you have running water, you can keep your place clean. Even Lagos, as we speak, there's no running water in Lagos. There's no running water in most places in Abuja. In most places in Abuja, there's no running water. Or you have to dig your own water. Abuja is the newest capital in the whole world, because it was 1975 or 1976. But look at Abuja, is, you know, the plan is zero. Everybody is building
Abuja is
anyhow
not
you like.
bad, though. Are we including Abuja in this? Are we dragged
Of
Abuja
course,
into this?
of course, because don't because you maybe when you are living as Metama, you know, if you go to other places, forefathers, there is a place they will show you in Abuja. You will never ever in your life dream that this is Abuja, and this is about 5 kilometers to the seat of power. The Abuja
I know some parts are not good at all. Like,
you know,
it's not the best.
Forefathers, sorry. Is there pipe-borne water in Abuja? Anywhere in Abuja, pipe-borne water?
Yes, there is, please.
I've not seen it, but there must be.
No, because hold on, Matka, hold on. I know the design, it was there, but I don't know if it's existing.
So the water is there. I can.
It's working. There is pipe-borne water in Abuja.
But excuse me. When we talk about Abuja now, like in the where I live here, it's a village of about 7,000 people. There is everything is working. I'm not talking about Metama.
We know Nigeria everywhere. In Kano, my hometown, there's no pipe-borne water.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
So
please, that young man was embarrassed, because if you look at his where he previously visited, look at the kind of courtesy, the kind of gesture they gave him, the kind of entertainment he had. I watched him crossing to Benin Republic. Look at how he was entertained. And
yeah, Benin Republic wasn't bad, you know. I was like, oh my God, look at Benin Republic. Small Benin Republic seems far more organized, neater.
Of course.
The first 30 minutes of Benin Republic is better than the whole of you visit Nigeria.
Look at the roads. Look at the entertainment. Look at everything. Then he was in Lagos.
Sorry, but you see why I'm saying they should develop the coastal road. You see that where Benin Republic, where they were doing those things, was the coastal region. That's how it is in many West African countries. It's only Nigeria they didn't do that. That's why I'm supporting this. That's what I mean.
Listen, the mistake you are making, forefathers, in Nigeria, it's not about spending money to do the road. It's culture. If there's no maintenance culture, there's the plan for the road. All these towns that we are talking about, there was plan for pipe-borne water. How come there's no city in Nigeria that was not planned to have pipe-borne water?
That's
even
true.
The coastal road people are talking about does it
So
mean that if the internal road is not good? The internal road is good.
I'm highlighting it to show how beautiful it is when you develop the coastal region. That area was so
maintenance. Maintenance is
so beautiful. And again, he entered one shop, and somebody was trying to bring a tribe language, asking him, "Are you want to be Yoruba or Igbo?" Even the guy was like,
"No." Madipara is that narrative is a wrong narrative. People are pushing. Yeah, it's a wrong narrative. She was just trying to play a game with her. No, people are pushing that narrative that they are forcing her to become Yoruba.
But excuse me, the lady asked him the question. Didn't you watch it?
It was a question. Hold on, no. People are saying,
excuse me, but that was never necessary. No, that was never necessary. Bringing Yoruba Igbo was never necessary.
Hold on. She said you are giving Yoruba vibe. I can see you like this guy.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal, bro.
Yeah, but it's not necessary now. Is the point? Is it necessary? Is that why?
Is it necessary?
No,
it's not.
No, you guys are saying it as if he knows the difference. He doesn't know the difference. If you watch the video, the lady just said, wait. So
the difference. Is it necessary?
No.
Well, it depends.
Allow to finish so that we can move it around, because
I'll finish. Let me finish. What I'm trying to say, that everything in Nigeria is about tribe, about religion, and ethnicity. And that is what is holding us down today in Nigeria. Because the young man didn't enjoy himself. Lagos was not what he had of Lagos. Everywhere was stinking. There is garbages everywhere on the road, which is everywhere not only in Lagos. Even somebody was showing Abuja how Abuja is littered with garbages. Yesterday I watched Fire Show's brother showing Metama there was no light in the night in Metama in Abuja. The younger brother, Azik Fayoshe, he was showing it. So there is total collapse of governance in Nigeria. People are, everybody's doing what he likes. For example, you know, if you want to curtail this thing from A to Z, from military, from from police, from judiciary. For example, over here, what keeps Obodo Igbo, or let's say, you know, white society, what keeps them, you know, decent is because there is law and order. Police does their job. If you offend, you know, if contravene traffic light, you will be caught. You will be taken to, you know, you will be fined. If you refuse to pay, you will take you go to court, and the court will fine you. So in Nigeria, whereby the police does whatever he likes, the judge, if you go to court, you must bribe judge before you get justice. That is the problem. The problem is even that these two, you know, these two, police department and justice department, that's what makes London different. That's what makes Germany different. That makes, you know, Western world different. And as long as black people, I mean sub-Saharan African, as long as we don't have police system that is not corrupt, judiciary that is not corrupt, we are going nowhere. Because if you commit crime in Nigeria, and if you can be, you know, police will arrest you and you bribe him or her, and you are left, you are gone. That means you can go back and do the same thing again, If you are taken to court, the judge, you give the judge or the lawyer the money, bribe him or her, that is it, you are off of the hook. That is where we have the problem, the society, because there is no law and order. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, para nice one. And let me bring in, let me be sure here, you know, before I go on.
I was next, man, of course.
Interference, isn't it? It's you.
Yeah, forefathers interference, yeah.
Yeah. All right, look at that. I pretend as if I didn't see the first part, but it's
all right. Of course, you pretend like.
So what do you make of this? Because personally, I just want this to stop. Is there any way we can stop this without burning the country down and starting all over?
You don't have to burn it down. It's just you got to make people accountable for their actions. Simple. So Nigerians don't like accountability. They don't like to pay for their crimes. They're unruly. They're wild. And like everybody else has said, if you have a society where people just commit crimes and nobody's paying for it, what do you expect? For example, listen, like when Sean came on here, I told him something. I said, why don't Nigerians, you are influential in Nigeria, the very dark man was in his house that day. Obviously, they said they were discussing how to form a political party, but you guys are known for eschewing corruption. You're known for abhorring corruption, right? So I said, why don't you guys say, for 30 days, we're not paying bribes, or even 21 days, because we know if you do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. You know what he told me? Oh, well, it is not going to work. It's not going to work. And I'm like, okay, your marches haven't worked. Your protests haven't worked. Your riots haven't worked. But you could actually have some form of civil disobedience through your actions. But guess what? Obviously, you guys don't want it. If you decided in Nigeria today, you guys are the so-called the clean guys, if you said for 21 days, because the authorities are not arresting people, they're not locking, you know what I mean? Like, for 21 days, we're not paying bribes. You can easily spread that around the country and say, starting so day, we're not paying bribes, we're not taking bribes. I don't see why that is hard. Maybe that's something I'm missing. Maybe there's something I'm not understanding the way they think. But I don't think it should be.
For 21 days, they're not going to go back to it.
Well, I say 21 days symbolically. So if we started, can we continue it, is my point. But because we know it is ingrained in them, let's give them a date and say, oh, until XYZ date. If a lot of people imbibe that, tens of millions of people, I guarantee you from there, it'll be a snowballing effect where people moving forward might be like, no, I'm not giving you no bribe. No, I'm not paying you. I'm not doing, you know what I mean? So I don't know why they don't want to do it. It is, I think it's just
then okay, what do you think about this Doge kind of idea where you have somebody that we know is highly reputable, that knows what he's doing, that means well for the country and wants to do the right thing, goes into all these departments and make sure they do what they are supposed to do it, and if they don't do it, he pulls that person out and chucks that person out and replaces them with somebody that has that power that we know that can do that. Can we not find anything like that?
Basically setting up like a task force, like an undercover unit.
Specific task force that is meant.
That would be
the person that is heading it based on his credibility.
Under normal circumstances, that is what Nigeria needs. But well, before I even move forward, Doge is not credible because they didn't even do anything anyway.
But the idea seems like something.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is on.
We have all these institutions. It's just that
exactly. So having them is not having them setting them exactly. That's not it's the implementation exactly. So it's not
problem. Enforcement. I told you our problem.
You have the ICPC, you have the EFCC, you have all these other crime fighting units. Maybe
can appoint somebody to like somebody that they know this person has very very upstanding against corruption and everything. Gives this person the power. Goes to every institution, every department, any issue that arising, he's cleans out.
Is it okay? Is it okay if this guy, if this same guy, is it okay if this same guy that we want to put in charge? Remember, Ribadu was like that. So is this okay? This same guy we want to put in charge arrests Remy Tinubu if he finds her corrupt or she. Or his friends, or his family members. This is the conundrum. You know what I mean? So
you can do it in such a way that because you know the president is not going to do that if you want to do that.
But if you wanted to succeed,
you fence the areas.
If you want, if you really want such a thing to succeed, then you want to do something that's scandalous. Meaning you want to catch a bigwig and use them as an example for the rest. You will have to. You have to. So that will send a message down that nobody is untouchable. But in Nigeria, are they willing to do that? So it has to be a top-down approach. Personally, I think, for example, Lagos is overcrowded, way too overcrowded. And you have to start figuring out a way to spread people out to neighboring states and discourage most people from staying there. And those that really do not have a business and are not of any benefit to that society, you got to find a way to kick them out. As cruel as it sounds, that is true.
I think the truth, that's not possible to be done.
I don't know if it's possible, but I think that is what this Lagos as itself needs. It is too overburdened. It's too small.
How this is a structural issue that the government can only accomplish when they start doing the right things.
Right.
People are
so
for a reason.
Right, because I mean, we will agree on that because of, for example, the infrastructure, employment opportunities. We know these things, but at the same time, law enforcement, especially with an expanding population, is very much needed. It is, and it is sorely lacking in Lagos. You know, Lagos was actually built for 5 million people. If the statistics are correct, there's over 30 million people there in a society that
it's not up to I think at most 18 million at most, right?
Well, we don't know. You saying 18, I heard up to 30. So 18 or 30 million for a place that was built for 5 million. That's a strain, number one, on the infrastructure. That's a strain on social services. In a place where employment is lacking, everything is lacking. So people have to move out.
They should gentrify Lagos.
Gentrify, not gentrified. You have to obviously kick out the useless elements, because I think a lot of people are not supposed to be there.
Then that's gentrification. I don't see anything wrong with that, because if it's going to enable it to function, then they should live on the outskirts or outside Lagos and come back
in the neighboring states and things like that. But
do that in the UK here too.
But in any event, New York, for example, New York used to face the same problems, corruption. Until people like Fiorello, LaGuardia came in. In Chicago, same thing. Elliot Ness came in.
Sorry, forefathers. Actually, Lagos is not overcrowded, because if you know Lagos very well, the place that is overcrowded is that, what they call the Motion, all those places. If you know hinterland in Lagos, they're empty.
Lagos as
which hinterland? Where is hinterland that is empty in Lagos? Lagos is overcrowded. What are you talking about?
It's not. Excuse me. Do you know Ikorodu? Do you know Ikorodu? Ikorodu is just empty. From Ikorodu to Imota, I know these places.
The master plan.
I know these places. They're empty land.
Let's pass the mic to Oga Ike.
Nowhere in Lagos that is empty.
It's not overcrowded. Go to Imota. Go to Ikorodu.
It's way crowded. No, listen. We're not saying there's no expanse of land. Okay, can I speak? Hold on.
Lack of planning.
Oh, we hear you. We're not saying there's no expanse of land. We're not saying there's no land that could be potentially developed into cities, towns, and municipals where people can live. But the master plan for Lagos, as it is right now, for what it was supposed to satisfy, if you go look back to when like Jack Conde was there, it is way overcrowded. Way overcrowded. All the trains they were supposed to have back in the 90s, and they're just starting to have them. And right now they only have 2 lines. So the population is growing, but the city is not expanding as needed. Infrastructures are not being built.
We're saying the same thing. There's land, but they don't want to expand it.
So that means it is overcrowded.
You are talking in terms of land?
You can develop it.
Yeah. I'm talking about land.
There are land now.
There's land anywhere on the earth.
That's what I'm saying. Lack of planning.
No. There's land, yeah.
Everybody's not going to speak if we keep talking like this. Let me go to
I'm not necessarily for residential.
Please let me go to Ike. Then after Ike, I think it is Tony, then Eccentricals, then they support the diaspora voting. Then I'll open it up, because it looks like this is going to take the remaining time reading this subject. Okay, Ike, let me just show you this, because it looks like we as Nigerians, we don't even do our homework. Like, I was quite. Let me just. I'm tired.
Interviewer in Africa. This is how it actually went.
It's even the most popular lifestyle interviewer in Africa. So how do you feel?
50 million.
Yeah.
Not 50,000.
Okay, 50 million. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Happy birthday. How old are you today?
21.
Jesus Christ.
Idiot.
Oh, sorry, when did you start this? When did you start?
What?
When did you start this year? When did you start?
Oh God! You see,
shit, man.
Is this what we are elevating now? We elevate useless people that talk nonsense. I don't know what they're talking about.
It's Lagos, so is this Mumu Lagos?
That is what we are dealing with. That is the best interviewer in Nigeria.
Lagos.
He didn't even know the age of the person he was interviewing. He didn't have a. Okay, please go ahead. I don't know what you make of it, because this is really embarrassing. I don't know whether you even checked ISO speed up. I have never felt so embarrassed by Nigeria. This is bad. And you're muted.
All the while I was listening, I was hearing gun. Everything is about gun. Now we jump to begging. Which one are we, you know? Is it begging we are talking about right now, or we are talking about gun? Because it was all about argument of gun, you know. But I think the issue of, let me talk about the issue of begging. I don't know any other thing you guys are talking about. I think that we used to say that charity begins at home. If you have to be honest with you here, most of us here don't give our brothers or sisters money to do anything for us in Nigeria. And all of us know the reason why we don't do that. You just have to be honest with yourself. Because even your brother or your sister you think that is going to do the thing for you, they are the people who are going to make you dry. Because everything they have to do for you, they will add 1,000% to it. You see people, sometimes you are from Imo State, but somebody from Anambra State, your friend is doing something for you in your village. If you have to be honest with you, that's what is happening in Nigeria. So it's a moral decay that we have in Nigeria, that nobody want to do anything free, not only doing something with, you know, with joy and happiness. You feel fulfilled that you were able to do something for forefather who is not available, and stop thinking about the reward you're going to get later. Right? So it is something that has been imbibed in Nigeria. Are you going to blame the people that are begging? Your so-called leaders, they put them in a situation where they have to see that begging is normal, because they are stealing the common way that belongs to everybody. Right? So when you see a situation like that, the person that is begging you, is there anywhere in Nigeria, if you are honest with you, Maska is in Nigeria, is there any office in Nigeria today that you are going to enter and you're going to get the paper that you need free, even stamp? Is there anywhere that it happens in Nigeria? It does not happen. And they will tell you, if you don't pay money for that stamp, you are not getting anything. And that's the point. That's the story. Have you ever have a document where you live and you ask somebody to go and, okay, example, foreign ministry, maybe you don't have anybody in Abuja and you want to go to Lagos where they have the liaison office. The same charge they will charge you in Abuja is that what they will charge you in Lagos. They tell you, if you don't want to go to Abuja, you know. So we're in a situation whereby that nothing is working. It's the same thing. In Nigeria, we have, you know, politicians has made Nigerians, a lot of us have no conscience anymore, as long as it has to do with money. Because you that live in abroad, they think that there is a way you planted dollar in your backyard. So every 6 months, you go and pluck your dollar. And everybody want to take advantage of that. So the idea you have a mind to bless somebody has already gone out of Nigeria. And even when you decide to bless somebody in Nigeria, he or she will think that it is his entitlement that you have to do it. There is no more appreciation of trying to bless somebody out of your own heart. Because it's normal. I'm a Christian. The Bible says giving is more profitable for me to receive. And now, if you give now, they think that it is your right that you have to give. Right? So it is from your home. Because what we are discussing about what is happening in Lagos, what is happening in your home, your backyard, in your own family also. I just give you an example. Somebody passed away. That my family, everybody has to go. My senior brother, who was supposed to go, was not feeling good. He sent money for transportation, for food, for drink, for everything. He chartered the bus that is going to take the whole people to the place. And I sent money, and I said, this is the way the money will be given. But I said on one condition, because what I'm trying to tell you is the way I do. After bringing all those things, they told my uncle's son that before they will go to that burial, that we have to pay. If we have to give them money before they can go with the bus. That my senior brother have to pay them money for them to go. If not, they are not going to go. And when my senior brother told me, I told the guy, listen, those money that I wrote names for the people that are going to, the elderly one that are supposed to get that money after the burial, keep the money. If it is only you that is going to go to that burial, go to burial with everything that we have been bought to go to the burial. And he ended up, most of the people that were supposed to go did not go because they didn't give them money. And when he came back, I told him, take those money to certain people certain women in the villages that I know that, you know, I say, go and bless so people in the village. So this is what I'm telling you. A lot of us who are living outside Nigeria here, we you know, our families sometimes turn us into a money-making machine, because everything you have to do, they have to charge you what they're going to do, even though that they are going to be the people that are going to benefit from everything you're doing. But no, because they believe that it is an entitlement that you have to give them money. They forget that every celebration, every Christmas, every New Year, every Easter, every whatever celebration that is being made, you try to bless as much as you can. It doesn't matter to them anything. So it is something that we all should understand, that all of us are victim of that. Because I am telling you, most of us who live here, for you to go and legalize a document, even in your own local government, it will cost you more than even when you fly yourself to go and do it. Even though when you go, they find out that you're from outside. That's another double wahala, because you're going to pay from your nose. Because everybody wants to take advantage. After all, this is my chance. At the end of the day, they don't pay me salary. I've been working in the local government for almost 6 months and I have not received my salary. So they see forefathers that somebody go and whisper in the ear somebody of the chairman or secretary, whoever in the local, that guy came from London. Okay, you want to get this paper. They will tell you, they will read so many things for you in order to make sure that they're not thinking about you coming tomorrow to do for another day. That time you came, they want to take everything at once. So it's not a matter of Nigeria is begging. Some of this begging is based on is a kind of people think as if it is a culture something. What is when you're talking about the issue of Lagos, right? But the thing is, this is what I'm trying to say is that the begging has become part of Nigerian society because there is no more, the moral, you know, the morality in our society has gone from family to wherever, you know. So you don't blame people who, when you see people doing certain things, it shouldn't be a surprise to you, because even somebody close to you are doing the same thing with you, but because you are not there, you trust your brother or your sister, or you believe they're doing the right thing, even though you know they're not doing the right thing, but you still got to do it because you are not there. You can't be flying to Nigeria every 3 months or every 6 months, but you still have to do it. But the point is that
normally the one that surprised me about this is, I know, like, we do it to ourselves, but this one is a foreigner. He's not even a Nigerian.
Charity business at home now. I don't understand.
On camera, you were begging him openly on camera. I'm not
sure
I've seen anything
if
like
you
that
do it
before.
to yourself as a culture, you cannot change when you go to outsider. I don't understand you.
You know, you would think when something you do inside your family, you do when a stranger walks in, you reserve it. You feel a little bit reserved because that's how you is.
Father's question for you: How is that different from a minister who is discussing with investors who want to come and invest their money, and the minister is asking them what they will offer? What's the difference just at a high level? If a minister,
that's regular. That's regular.
If a minister who's
he's not saying that it's different. He's saying that the whole country has a problem.
Is offering something. You can. That's pure bribe. This one is. They are not offering anything.
But
it's money.
You are demanding something. It's not.
What is different between bribe and begging?
It's the same thing.
You are exchanging value.
You are trying to speak big grammar. Because, like Chief said, a minister who is supposed to do a project of about 100 million is asking you that they have to add 50 million on top of it. Is he not begging? And he will tell you, if you don't give me this, I have another person who is going to do that job for me at that price.
That is why he's not begging. That is exchange of
what
value.
is it?
But this one is exchanging nothing.
But for example, in Lagos, 90 people who live in Lagos. I lived in Lagos for 18 years. Most people who live in Lagos, everybody behave like Abure, you know, because it's just part of Lagos. And nobody drops anything for you free in Lagos. You got to give something. And if you don't give something, he will take that thing back to where he bring it. So it's just kind of a culture that is in Lagos that everybody behave the same way, right? So, but I believe that, I'm not saying that it's a good thing that it has to happen, but just this simple example that Jim gave you, that's the problem we have, because it's from the top. And also in your own family, it's happening to you. How many of us, there are so many Nigerians with so many ugly stories that you are giving your brother money to build a house for you. He's using the money to build that house on his own name. And some people will travel home, discover that the house he built was not on his name. We have seen so many ugly and sad stories.
Nigerians' ethics, we've lost ethics. It's like at the bottom. It doesn't exist.
So
and they go
this
to
is the
church all the
point.
time.
Those people in the street who are telling the guy, give them 1,000, 10,000, 10 million, all this, they don't see it as anything. They see it as part of life. They see it, he has that money and they got to give it to them. You know, so my brother, it's just...
I've entered the bus. So in the bus, you know, when you pay, you give money and then you get change. And the passenger was expecting change. The conductor kept saying, I don't have change, hold on. Somehow the passenger got down and forgot the change and walked away. He forgot. Do you know what the conductor said at the end of the day? He says, Oluwa Shefumi. Do you know what that means? That this is like a blessing God has done for him.
God done for me. God done for me now.
That's a pro.
So my brother,
I don't know. You know, when I was growing up, Nigeria was bad, but this level, they've gone on a different level now.
Because we refuse to do something about it initially.
Really
there's no punishment for any illness.
Maybe we shouldn't be lamenting it. How do we stop this now? Because personally, I'm thinking that we need a kind of why, war against indisciplined behavior.
You gotta bring shame back. People are shameless. They're shameless. Let me give you a quick story. Something that happened to me in Nigeria one time. I'm going to a meeting, someone I just knew. I'm driving early in the morning. I gotta go close to them. You know what I mean? So I see him on the bike. He turns around. He sees me. We lock eyes. He turns around. He stops me. I stop him. I'm thinking he's going to ask me for money. He looks in the car, says my shoe. He's telling us let's exchange shoes. And he's not refusing to go. He's like, I should give him. I'm looking at his shoe like, how am I going to wear this into a meeting? I'm saying, listen, don't worry about it. When I come back, you can call me. I'm going to give it to you. Nah. He was insistent. I had to drive off. Then he went around telling people that I was rude and you know what I mean. But they have no shame, no shame. There's no shame. There's no shame to extent of how much they'll bet. They have no dignity, no pride, no shame. That's what you're saying.
Man, God help us. God help us. I think he just needs somebody that is willing to, according to who said that maybe his family member will have to be. You are the one that said the interference that family members should be fair game if you really want to clean the system, because you need a kind of dog system. I'm sure there are Nigerians with a high level of integrity out there that will do anything to make sure people, lawbreakers, rule breakers, pay for what they are doing. You need someone like that to go from each department, keep eating all these crazes, and set an example. 2-3 months,
but
you see that
sometimes first, you still have to surround yourself with like minds, or else if you are there 1 month.
Yes, you have to now. You have to have full authority. And first of all, have the police, have the judges, the lawyers, and have the prisons ready, because they will be just build them ready and I'm coming through. And when I'm coming through, just know you are going down. If I catch you,
they need to just go build a prison in the middle of a crocodile infested place. No, I'm serious. Spend like 50,000. So you're not going to escape. If you escape, you're going to get eaten by the crocodiles. Okay, and as time goes on, we keep building it. But all those touts awaiting trial, all of them, you just start bundling them up and throwing them there and leaving them there, and forgetting them there. You got to clean up the society, and the ones that don't leave, they're going to run away when they hear about what's going on.
That would be against human rights. And
No. You will have to violate it at some point. It's sad, but you will have to. You have to clean it up. You have to clean it up.
And it's doable. It's not like undoable. If a president is serious, empower one person that you know is high level intelligence, surrounding with people, loyal people that are going to do the job, line up the judges, line up. They do that in this country. When there was a riot in this country, you need to see the judges were working 24/7. Like they were convicting people left and right. If they catch you stealing one leg of shoe, they will convict you.
Well, if that was possible, then Yaya Bello would be in prison under this.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Now, if you mean business, you send this person in, and the moment they go, Yaya Bello is previous one. We're talking about
people still defecate in the streets. People still defecate on the streets in Nigeria. They were showing some people that went for Dirty December. People are actually pulling out their slung and peeing, looking at the woman like this, peeing, defecating. Like, come on, son. Like, at what point does your IQ tell you you're acting like an animal? At what point does your brain tell you?
Even worse, even in Africa now. Like we are not even living up to African standard anymore. That is how bad it is now. It's really bad. Like Kenya, Ethiopia, South Africa, Zimbabwe. We are not even living up to their standard anymore. It's getting out of control. Something needs to be done. I don't know whether this president is interested in it, but any president that is interested in it, she just appoint somebody with high integrity, go from one ministry to another, and keep circling. And have because one of the problems in Nigeria is that the legal system, judiciary is a paralytic system whereby they keep adjourning and adjourning. No. That should stop. They should make sure they try the case, find somebody guilty, send them to prison, and have the prisons ready. Build the prisons and let people know this is what is going to happen. Because we have to sooner or later have our societies get organized. I don't know. This is really it's getting out of control and it's becoming really embarrassing. We are going to lose tourism. We are going to lose investment because
ordinary building ordinances they don't follow.
I've sent you a video. There's a lady called Ichi Boots. She writes
the one.
So she came to Nigeria. Police were asked. I sent her play from minute 7.5. You see the embarrassment, and this is not new. So
it's someone that was popular now. Ichi Boots. I need money.
Give me money. Officers were asking her for bribe.
That white lady.
We don't even look at the interviewer. Pella is trying to cloud. This thing they call clouds. Catching crews. The culture, the young people, I feel sorry for them, but the only hope they have is that they can change.
It's just so that one, I'm not even angry for that incident because for me it's just like, what is his educational background? Nothing. What is it like?
Why did it not happen anywhere else in Africa? Why is it only Nigeria all the time?
Because we clap on nuisance, we reward nuisance. You understand? Because there are too many nuisances in that Lagos. That on a very good day, if not for this,
this country has gone to the dogs.
No, but this Lagos one is just too it's just too much. It's just like it's just on your face. Other states
this thing you are saying now, this thing you are saying is the major problem in this country. When something starts, people will ignore it.
Exactly.
No, not exactly. You are saying that he's the one now in Lagos. I'm saying that this is everywhere.
No. See, no,
my
brother. The thing is this, I'm not saying that if you don't start
sorry, we don't have a lot of time. We need to go to Tony so that we can get to you because people keep coming in and people are not finished.
Nah, John Abba hasn't spoken.
Yeah, because I'm taking people out.
Everybody, let me go and sleep at least.
Yeah, thank you for joining us and sharing your own experience. I have to say this is a problem. It's solvable. It's solvable. It's not like we are saying our politicians can solve everything, but this one they can deal with this one if they mean business. I don't see why they can't keep their streets clean. They can't tell people to stop dropping rubbish all over the place or poo-pooing outside constantly. It's like, what is this? Build this in toilets for people to go and use, and if they mess it up, you send them to guard room or whatever you need to do. Man, somebody needs to do something about it. We cannot carry on like this. We can't even. We're not meeting African standard. This is bad. We can't even meet African standard anymore.
Let me throw you a joke before Tony comes in. The former chairman of PDP, Obulafo, went abroad with a select number of the selected. I got this news from somebody, popular person, Fumi Yanda. So they went to Austria, and they went. You know the way it is here that every gas station has a washroom on the highway. So they went in, they saw the beauty. He was a PDP chairman then. You know what he came out and said? He said, "What is wrong with us in Nigeria?" You guys find the joke in that. This is somebody who was close to government. He didn't know why people started laughing. Then he caught himself in the joke and said, he realized what he said. He said, "What is wrong with us?" The point I'm making is we have people who travel abroad. We have people who travel abroad in high level, come back and can't implement the basics of the things they see in the nations they go on holiday for.
Scary. It's scary. I find that mysterious. Even in the Nigerian embassy, they will tell you to go and in the UK, they will tell you to go and get postal order. I was like, who uses postal order? We in 1975, but they will make you go and do it. And those same people that ambassador there, well, you once lived in the West, he knows how the system works, and he will still subject his people to that low-level existence. Man, our people, I don't know what is wrong with us. It's really weird. Like what you just said just now, somebody in government is complaining about the same people in Nigeria. Forget that he actually has power to do something about it.
What's the government today?
So, Tony, I don't know what to make of this, because I think there are times when you hear about your country is underdeveloped, you feel embarrassed. 419, you feel embarrassed, your leader is sleeping, and all kinds of rubbish. But this one, what makes it pain more is that the next generation have now taken this on. Not just the honorary next generation, the diaspora next generation. We're talking about Black Americans, Caribbean, Brazilians, not to mention all the other people watching. Young people have seen Nigeria and said, you know what, maybe I should speed left Nigeria not to embarrass Nigeria even more. Like before it gets out of control, because the damage will be repairable. Imagine if something stays 2 days and something else happens. So how do we truly remedy this try to be as practical as possible? Because I think you know Nigeria to an extent. How do we remedy this situation we are in? Have our streets be clean? Have our people not just go and start begging unknown human beings, strangers' money? How do we remedy this? It has to stop.
Thank you, Fafadas. Greetings, everybody. This is a very, very important discussion, and I think it's very, very instructive what we're talking about here and relevant. I listened to Mazi Opara, Ike, and I also heard part of what Chim said, and Masker. You see, Professor Wole Soyinka said years ago that this is a wasted generation. He didn't go deep to expatiate what he meant by that. But I think when you look at the discussion today, what we're saying, I think it becomes very clear what he's saying. Late Professor Chinua Achebe also wrote a book, one of the books, There Was a Country, apparently referring to Nigeria. I think that Nigeria is gone. There's total decay. The entire population is pauperized. So the culture, what some people have called the culture of begging, is real. And it's from the top to bottom. The big men beg. If you have been a contractor in Nigeria, I have had positions where I have to move my files, my papers, after doing jobs, or even before you get a job, from table to table and so on. And it's hell, the experience you go through. The implication is that because you know that is going to happen, your quotation is going to be very, very high. Because otherwise, you can't do the job. You can't do the job. No matter how honest you think you are. That's a reality. It's either you want the job or you don't want the job. It didn't start now. It didn't start with this government, and it has continued. There used to be a traditional way of begging many years ago, but now there's also what you call executive begging. I remember when I was, in Lagos before I moved down here. At the bus stop, you'll be driving and you see a young man dressed so well with tie,
with a jerry can.
And then you wind down it comes to close to your your window, you wind down, and then because you're looking at him and he wants to say something to you, so this must be and then he says, please, I was just passing by and they stole my wallet. Could you just help me? And you dip your hands in your pocket and you give him some money. And the next day you drive somewhere else, you see the same guy, the same story. Yet,
Sorry. Someone go with jerry can, yeah, and tell you my car just finished in that day, please. So they'll show you the can, my card before you please give me something to buy for. They do that.
So but even from the very young ones, I listened to AY and AY was saying, somebody told him that he has to give. AY was unkind. That is the truth. He was unkind to that person because that's the culture. The naira, the pounds, the dollar, the euro. I mean, forget not naira. The dollar, the pounds, the euro, the Dutch mark. They carry more weight than the naira. People feel glad when you give them foreign currency compared to the naira. In fact, the reason why Nigerian politicians prefer to give contracts to people abroad than people here?
Because they are not caught up with the culture now.
No.
He doesn't even employ a Nigerian to head his company.
No, that's not it. It's not because I concede that, yes, they do some good job. Foreigners do some good. Nigerians also do some good job. But the point is that by the time you mark it up, when you tell them to mark it up for you with so amount, and then you get the money in dollar.
Yeah.
And you put it somewhere. That fuels the bureau de change. They can hold the money there and use it to trade. So they start business.
Man,
and if you are in a seat where this...
Sorry for interrupting you. Man, some of all this is... this week, I've been seeing things that just makes me very, very embarrassed. Really, the embarrassment is out of control. Do you know, like, I should speed himself. Hold on, sorry, I'm stopping because... No. No, it's painful. It's painful to be seen. It's just too much. It's too much. See, I should speed himself. You will see black people are his bodyguards. All the technical people are Europeans or Asians. When he went to this in Angola, when they were doing all kinds of stuff, you see black people dancing like this thing. Then when they wanted to do that drag racing thing, who were the people controlling it? Foreigners, not even black people in Angola. It's like, why are we not there when it comes to technical stuff? Why are we not present when it comes to actually doing things in technical stuff? It's like, it's like we still live in the 18th century where we just fodder, we shake our backside and that's it. I really find that very, very disturbing when I see it, and I see it almost everywhere, including with ISO speed, including within Nigeria. And you see that even Dangote doesn't even employ Nigerian, which is this refinery, because why we say we have graduates? Why are we not there? Why don't you see a Nigerian heading a technical company and running competently?
Well, Tony, let me share your time with you. I don't think I have time to have my own section. I'm feeling a little sleepy here, and the thing that he said is actually part of what I wanted to talk about. Right? I want you guys to look up PISA ranking by OECD. Right? And that's why anytime I come here, I always talk about education, the importance of science education. Right? If you look at a pizza ranking, Nigeria, it's like not even there. They're not there in any ranking. And pizza ranking, lead to economic like countries with low ranking, right? Have like increased poverty and have economic stagnation, right? This has to do with the expenditure in education and the salaries of teachers, right? And of course, the living quality of living, right? The living condition. Here it says the high rankings suggest that the education system is producing graduates who are well prepared to meet the demands of the economy. Also, which can lead to higher productivity and innovation, right? So, that's the problem here. If you don't invest in education, you're not going to meet in the 21st century. You're not going to meet the demand, the economic demand of today. You know what I'm saying? That's where our focus needs to be on, not on locking people up. Like people suggesting here, building more prisons. There has to be focus on education, on investment on education. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to champion, right? That's the solution. It's right here. Go look up PISA ranking, PISA ranking by OECD. Asia.
I agree with you on that.
Asia.
Some of them are not educational.
Asian countries like Malaysia.
Driving that car. It's just skills that he gained. I don't think he was even educated in terms of that.
No, I'm not talking about the drag car. I'm using your point to kind of make a general point here.
I agree with you on that.
Countries like Malaysia, Asian countries they rank higher in PISA ranking. They are going to be global leaders in the future. Africans is not there. We're not there. So this is something that we need to do something about. We need to do something about this, right? If you look at a ranking for Nigerian universities, right? You have a University of Benin, I think, and it's a University of Ibadan or University of Benin and University of Lagos. They rank pretty high, right? In terms of teacher quality, I think it's Bangkok University rank pretty higher, but when it comes to research, they rank pretty low compared to like the top 11 universities in Nigeria, right? So and those universities. Like is it Bangkok University or Babcock University? Are Babcock, yeah. They're pretty expensive. They're pretty expensive. I have a friend in Nigeria, right? She's budgeting almost 12 million naira to put her kid in the school. That's like the first term payment, like paying for admission and everything. It's very expensive. The government needs to do something to subsidize this education or actually improve the government universities and colleges, right? And do something about the research.
I remember us having this conversation the other day, and I also told you that it's one thing to train those people technically.
Somebody needs to turn up their light.
To enable them. I think there's a bit of noise coming.
The kids are talking, yeah.
Yeah. It's another thing to give them the industry that they are going to actually practice it. Otherwise, they're just training them to go and work for people again. I mean,
the thing is,
have lost a hope in educating our people.
That's I agree with that, right? The issue of brain drain. It's an issue, right? But the thing is, the reason why you have a lot of people, out on the street begging for money is because they live in Lagos. Lagos has the demand that Lagos has. In order for you to actually succeed in Lagos, you have to have a higher education. That's a fact. In order for you to succeed in Lagos, most of those guys don't have higher education and they're stuck in limbo. So this is just a survival reaction. They are in a survival mode. And if you're in their shoes, you would have done the exact same thing. If you go to countries like Pakistan, you see people that beg for money on the street. They have people that beg for money, and these countries, mostly in the Arab country, rank pretty low. And countries in South America rank low in PISA ranking. African countries rank pretty low in the PISA ranking. It's not a coincidence that the countries that rank higher are the ones that are pioneering technological advancements, and we are below. So that's what we need to talk about. Because, locking people up, building more prisons does not address the problem. Tony,
let me just interrupt. One minute, just 1 minute.
Go ahead and round up, Tony. Thanks for the time.
Just one minute, Tony. What I want to say.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So we can, if anybody has been listening on here forever, one thing I've always pushed was education. Me and forefathers, we always go through this all the time. I always talk about the government needs to invest in education, but at the same time, you have to clean up the society. So it's not, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. We're not saying just start locking innocent people up. The society has a bunch of criminals, a lot of law violators. There has to be some sort of organization in that society. And if that comes with following the law, no matter how harsh it is, then so be it. But at the same time, yes, we've always said that, and I agree with you. We need to educate the populace. It is unfortunate that education is sorely lacking, but we need it. But we can do both. We can do both at the same time. You can clean up the society, and you can
talk about the quality of education here.
Okay. Educate. Of course, I'm not asking. I'm not. Of course, if we say education, we all know we want quality education. Everybody knows we want quality education.
I think what you mean,
can I round up? Let me just round up.
Sorry. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. Forefathers, if you remember that we once had a situation where a cleaner in Murtala Mohammed International Airport found a bag containing foreign currencies in a bathroom, and she brought it out and handed it to her superiors. And if you read some of the things that were written in social media, insulting and abusing her, that God had given her opportunity to make money, and then she just went and frittered it away. So you see the culture. You see
they just mistakenly transferred $300 million to a woman, $300 million to a woman account. Same thing happens. You gave it back. They started insulting her in Nigeria.
Yeah. So when you behave that way, they see you as behaving like someone who. It's a culture. I mean, they are looking at it as something that is not part of our culture. That you did something obscene.
Which is crazy because
which is unfortunate. So, what are the solutions? For me, yes, education is important.
But they don't understand.
I don't think national orientation is important here, because what are you orientating? People know what is right. They know what is wrong. I think what is most critical is leadership. Because if I can look up and I see that the people who are leading me are criminals, people who have been convicted here and there, whether they are governors, whether they are chief of staff, or they are senators or members of House of Representatives or assemblymen or so. Or some people, if I can see someone who stole billions, someone like Maina, and then he's been honored to chair one of the very reputable organizations in Nigeria, calls him and makes him one of their board members or chair or whatever. You see the kind of society that we're building. So leadership is very, very critical. And like Obi would say, if you are not stealing, the people below you will not steal. And that's why leadership is critical. The kind of people, the kind of person, first of all, who has executive power, who is up, is important, because he becomes a mentor. But if you are compromised somehow, how can you say to someone who is behind you or below you not to chop when you are chopping? It is not possible. That message will not sink. So we need to tear down. We need to really tear down and begin to build afresh, because it's a cancer.
People around you that believe in not stealing too now.
I'm done.
Please, everybody else speak. I have to say something on this, please.
I think it's Jonah, but I'm trying to get through everybody.
Will you let me speak today?
I can just let it flow.
I'm in a hurry. Just 2 minutes.
I have to time it now. Otherwise, everybody's not going to be able to speak. We are running out.
Fafa, give me a minute. Give me 1 minute.
I just have 1 minute, please.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay, Sandika, 1 minute, please.
Okay, so this is, I want to push back on, what everyone's just saying over here, and the whole concept of tearing down and building from grounds up. You have to provide a blueprint of how we will do that, because that's not an easy concept. Tearing a system down and building from ground up, it's not an easy concept. Also, there are crimes committed in America. There are people here in America that are victims of crime. If you go on the internet, you will find them. These are the things that happen in every society, right? Unfortunately, I just didn't have a good experience. Of course, because of where he was in Lagos, I bet you a large percentage of Lagosians are pretty good people. the ones that I've met, the ones that I've spoken with are pretty good people. They're not, those people, I should speak live, are not a representation of our country. All right. So let's not build that narrative here. Right. Also, of course, what we've seen is a feedback loop of poverty. That's what it is. Okay. And there are also issue of cognitive dissonance, right?
Sorry.
Of course. Yeah, time is up. All right. Thanks. That's it.
Nice one. I hear what you're saying. I'm not sure they are not part of our country. Nobody's denying that Nigerians are like that too.
1 minute, please.
If somebody
1
came and
minute.
say, "Oh, that's not Nigerians,"
Is it my turn?
Please, I'm begging for 1 minute, please. Only 1 minute, please.
Hold on. Let me find the.
I beg. I did for work. Make I just give me 1 minute. Make I disappear, please.
He's coming to.
It's let me
only
see,
1 minute. I want. Forefather, I'm begging.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm just
I think
begging
it's
you
Jonaba.
guys.
Jonaba is supposed to speak though. Okay, Jonaba, what do you make of it? Should he have 1 minute?
Jonaba, because make him give me 1 minute. Jonaba came after me now. Before that, so was here before me. Loco, my brother, I beg. 1 minute, I beg.
No, I don't be bad person now. You can speak. No, I just done. You can speak.
Give him 1 minute, please.
1 minute.
Only 1 minute. I will pass 1 minute.
Strictly 1 minute.
Okay, should I go?
Yes, please.
Okay, my brother, thank you for giving me this 1 minute. I've been laughing my head off, enjoying waiting at the talk, especially the last guy we just talk now. He was trying to speak American English, telling us that he met very good people in Nigeria and whatever, we shouldn't paint Nigeria with one brush. Forefathers and brothers and sisters, you see, these are the type of people where we say, the way he speaks, you know he's not a Nigerian, first of all. People will be Nigerian where they tell and say, "Na so it be there." Instead they come make arguments here, say, "No be so it be." And you see the problem where they get sometimes for that our country. And lastly, let me just leave you guys with this. All the things we wanna talk here today, nobody brings solution how we go end that. Only brother Tony, now talk up. So Obi say something. The solution now we don't give you now. Revolution or recolonization, make people can't help that country. Bye no.
Help.
I thought he has got something good to say. Can I say something?
Why do you? Why suddenly you burst into the conversation?
Because
you have a colonization.
I'd like to say something big.
Please, I would love to go.
Yeah, I think between Jonaba
it's
and
local, but I would like local to give
diaspora,
me.
yeah.
Local cannot go before me, never.
Talk, Jonaba, talk now.
It's not. I think it's supposed to be Loco's turn. To be fair, so Loco.
Okay.
Let's
Jonaba. No, Jonaba Maga. No, give Jonaba Maga.
Oh,
me self, I be your guy after
Jonaba.
Jonaba.
So nice, Loco is so nice. Jonaba, I don't know why this is not staying in the middle. He's going to jump off again. Look at that.
doesn't want you there.
Why did you keep jumping away? Your connection seems to be causing it. So
the two people by. Advertise them is all right.
So Jonaba, we are struggling to meet African standard now. This is bad, isn't it? What are we going to do? Can you share maybe briefly your experience, then solutions, please? And I will time you 4 minutes at most, because we don't have a lot of time anymore.
So the issue, can you hear me though? Good evening,
yes,
everybody.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. You talking about everybody have become Bambiala, talking everybody because
exactly Bambiala. That's what came to my mind. Bambiala. Hey, that's exactly what came to mind. And I didn't want to tie it to the north, but I was thinking, hey, is there something that is filtering down south? Is that a cultural thing where, you know how in the north they say the rich people, they are very, how do I put it, like charity to the poor people a lot. I feel like maybe there's an element of that because Tinubu does it in Lagos. That seems to have crept into the behavior of these so-called Western people now. That is not present in almost any other country in Africa. I didn't see it in even Egypt. Egyptians, they like to beg money a lot, but when they beg money, they are offering you a service. They are telling you, buy this for me, buy this cloth for me, buy this hat for me, buy this jewelry for me. That's how they do it. They don't just come and say, give me money, give me money, give me money. That's what our people are doing. Have you ever seen anything like this before? I've not seen anything like this, but in my own time, I've never seen it. No country.
Bamiala has been there for a long time. The only thing is that you guys from the south used to demonize the north one, approach one. But they're all there. They're in Lagos. They're in every part of Nigeria. The only thing when you guys dress in your beautiful attire, then it become like your own begging is sophisticated. And so it's about sophistication. Your own you beg as educated people, and this straight on the street. So beggar is beggar, but you guys just make it Bamiala become a northern thing. Everybody is a Bamiala in Nigeria. So I say that I don't, when I only one thing that always make my blood pressure go up. When you guys go to be say that the top is the person you're on top, you are not stealing the bottom, not. Or be that one election on stealing more than your election being rigged again. I don't understand that we set our standards so low that we do not see anything wrong. Then we say, oh, sin is not a sin, or sin is less a sin when it's this person that committed it. That is the lowest thing you guys will bring here all the time, talk about to be. If it will be our savior or is the standard that we have to look into our politicians, then we are going nowhere. That's not true. It's not differently from these people. It's just like he's a smooth talker. Just like those pastors that are going after people's wife and people's children, and they will dress in a beautiful way and this being hypocrite. The same word they are using is the same thing that are doing. Just a projector. Who they are is what they say the other person is. So we have to do more, even on the media platform. That we have to raise the standard. Oh, what we are setting, the bar is too low. I was having a conversation with a young lady, and she was very furious. She said that it's the West that are making Nigeria. Nigeria is this. It was so much is so much low standard, and we think there is a savior out there that is coming to save us. When we have a true leader who knows how to work things, who can see beyond the current situation and see afar off. There is a visit that in the scripture that say, as far as your eye can see, you will have it. What we are seeing now is too short. It's too short. We are very short-sighted in our vision for our country. We need a leader that will come and clean this up. And we should not be measuring anybody that is there. It is like a northern family that you guys attached to us here, but it's all right. People have been talking for, I don't talk
It's a
too
shame. It's a
much,
shame.
but then
I really wish I could do longer
let's raise the
because
standard. Thank you. That's okay. Thank you.
yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you for
let's
that.
raise our
That
standard.
Bambiala
Thank
thing
you.
that you thought about, that's what I thought about. I think somebody on the chat is saying that they were begging him in other countries. Yes, people beg like, people that are poor like Bambiala, poor people. The people that are begging are not Bambiala. This one they are saying, bless me. Like these people already are okay. They were wearing clothes, normal people, jogging, strong men. Give me money. There's a difference there. I've never seen anything like that. They are not offering any value. They are not saying, come and buy this. Let me clean your windshield. Nothing. Just give me money. I've never seen that before. In Egypt, they do the same thing, but they are trying to sell you a service. They're not just saying, give me money. I don't know. Babiala is a different one where you see somebody is blind or disabled. They go and beg money. Yes, I've seen that one in many countries, or various places. But this type where you see able men just going around asking people for money, and sometimes even the person offers you money, you reject it. I've never seen that one too. You are free money. Nigeria will never cease to surprise me. Let me see. Who is next? Oh yeah, diaspora. Please go ahead and welcome. Hello. And anytime you want to say something, you are free to say whatever you need to say as per the rules of the platform. Welcome. So diaspora voting. What do you make of this? Because man, I'm quite embarrassed because now it's not only the world that is embarrassing us. Africa is also we are not even meeting the standard of Africa. North Africa is just leaving us in the dust. Forget North Africa. I'm talking about poorer South African, sub-Saharan African countries. We can't even compete with them. Kenya is poorer than Nigeria technically, but their roads are better maintained. It's not like their roads are better than ours in terms of the construction, but they just maintain it better. Their people they have more dignity. Look at, oh God, I don't know where to start. Please tell me, how can we get ourselves out of this mess?
Anyways, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing okay and here I'm happy. First in first. There's no punishment for bad behavior in Nigeria. First, that's just the original number one. No punishment for bad behavior, for anyhowness, even for immoral behavior. Not talk of committing crime. There's no punishment for any of these things. Because if there is, definitely everybody has, no matter how dumb you are, there's this psychology that will tell you, is man, not for a couple, they'll get you down. If you do any, you see any. You understand? But there's something like that in Nigeria. You can do any and still put your chest that nothing's going to happen. And truly, nothing will happen. And the way the mind was, it pushed you to dare you to do something else again and again and again. Because there's nothing punishable that comes your way. So that's how, like, nobody wants to work. Everybody wants free money. Nobody wants to work. You understand? But ideally, you're supposed to work to get more money. But everybody, if they have it their way, they don't have to sit, chill, and money does start making money. You understand? Nobody wants to go through the pain or to do something good. They just want to like chill and make money. So that's part of the anyhowness. You understand? That result of bad behavior, and still we don't get punished for it. You understand? And one other problem that I saw majorly, and this problem starting, I know it's not starting, it didn't come up now, but it started really its ugly head again. That whenever anything happens, any event that happens in Nigeria, yeah, if there's maybe something that doesn't go well, I've seen that people want to first of all take the lens of tribal bigotry and want to scrutinize it first before they check if there's any problem. I'll give you an example. This boy, Chukwueze, missed penalty. You did not check why did he miss penalty, what happened, why did he fucked up like that, why whatever, or was it because he was subbed in lately? That was how he played like that, or what? The only thing they could do first is to start to check because they make lose penalty. You always just the same thing that happened here just now.
He had to have lost it because he was an IPOB member, man.
And then the next match, Kajuru lost, and they said it was a Yoruba man.
Do you understand? So okay, look at the what I should speed. Nike Adgale, this woman that struggled years and years and put African culture in the workplace. You understand? I should speed went there. You understand? Before whatever the woman said, like, oh, you are giving me a Yoruba vibe. I can't like you right now. Forefathers, they've called you many tribes because you give them different vibe. Yeah, the woman simply said, you are giving me Yoruba vibe. Not because like she can also say, you give me Aboki vibe, you give me Una Bros vibe. It can be anything. You understand? But people want to like this type of lens first. Why must she say that? The boy says an Igbo. How did the boy know it's an Igbo? The boy might have friends who are just being artists or whatever. Like, oh, I'm looking like Igbo man. I grab like Igbo. I'm thick like Igbo. I'm smart or fast like Igbo. It might just get that vibe and say, oh, why not Igbo? Why not Igbo? You might say, okay, no problem. And first, the boy that was teaching him how to dance, that boy, his name is Uche. It's an Igbo boy. So why first you want to put that tribal lens to like, they're trying to force me to be you? I'm like, why? And that is another problem that's still causing issue in Nigeria. You understand? So if in as much as you want to see anyhowness, this is also part of anyhowness. Anything that happens in Nigeria, you want to put in tribal lens first to check. Meanwhile, the problem is there facing you. Tackle the problem. No, you want to check which tribe came from first, so I will know how to tackle the problem. It is a problem in Nigeria too. And that needs to stop. It needs to stop. For these other people begging, it's still any others. Will you blame them? Carry your phone right now. Type celebrity beggar in Lagos. The boy is a known beggar. He lives in Via or Lekki. He's well to do, but he doesn't have a job. What he does is begging. Celebrity beggar. What he does, he goes to where the celebrity are. He begs them money, especially the video. The video can give him 2 million. The video, this one can give him 1 million. This one
wow.
Yes.
You see, now we are beginning to get to the crux of this. This is something that I've never heard of this before.
Celebrity beggar. He lives comfortably in Lagos. He drives good cars. Even when Ashospi came, he was there. He came. His face was still there too.
Can somebody tell me whether they've ever seen this in any other country? That somebody
no, just from begging celebrities. Comfortably. He lives in Lekki or Via. Comfortably. Celebrity beggar. It's his name. He has mass following. You understand? He doesn't hide it. He tell me, hey, okay, give him 2 million. Meet another celebrity, that will tell you, okay, I give him 1 million. That's what he does. It's nothing like it's not shame about it. You understand? So my question is like this. Sorry?
Which kind of juju they use? Just like that. You beg me and I give you 1 million.
He's not promoting them.
Who promoting who?
The celebrities. He may be promoting.
No, you know Nigeria. We have this stupid culture like if now you give pass or if you're encouraging nonsense behavior with money, you think you want to behave like I'm a big boy. I don't give 50,000. I give 1 million. I have to help people or people who beg. That makes me a bigger boy. So this you also go back to this. I better pass my neighbor. You want to show off that I'm doing more than every other person, so I'm the best. Always want to better pass my neighbor. Hence we have this comparison. This one fan versus this one fan, who is better? Like the same thing with Fela and Whiskey. Like trying to compare just because I better pass. What is our problem? What is our problem? This Fela and Whiskey now, it's just because both of them are from the same region. Trust me, they would have put travel lens to check because it's Yoruba boy. They would have done it. I know my people. Stupid anyhowness. And they get rewarded for it, and nobody calls them out because it happens in Lagos. Because that's why I said this Lagos, because because they get maybe and this internet of thing like mass following and they make money. Everybody wants to become social media content creator because they think there's money there, and you do nonsense. You have mass following, and nobody calls you out.
Thank you.
This has to stop. It's a culture that if we are not careful, it will even be worse than what we see in Asho Speed. You understand? Imagine somebody, that one that is saying, how do you do? Woo, woo, woo. So you don't know the meaning of back in your language. How do you do? Woo, woo, woo. And you just people are, go as I get. He has mass following. What is that non-entity? What is it known for? To call women who hook up women, carry them online and turn around big ass. It's massive. It's massive and be shaking ass up and down. That's what it does. And you call that one that now human being is supposed to be that person. That human being is supposed to be that kind of person. But tomorrow now, that guy will still be moving somewhere. You see police go see they stay in bank. They do bounce and follow on. They do all the follow on.
Wow.
So in fact, look, things to be look, Nigeria, they got to just openly, the way China is doing it now, like if you don't have business in speaking on anything, if you speak to her, you go to jail. I think that's to come in Nigeria.
That's interesting.
If you don't have business in doing anything, if you are seeing there online, because what you don't know is look, when the generation whereby what people see, that's what shapes them, not by what they think or what they hear. Now it's what they see on TV and shapes them. So we should be careful out there what they show on this TV because
look, you know they hear bell.
The bell is up now, loco.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know if I was time. I didn't know if I was time now.
Oh no, he gone there more than 2 minutes ago. He shot
no, like four parrot eggs before.
The point you made is a very, very important point because he may come across as being funny, during how they are checking with the tribal. But it's true. It's a very, very serious point that you are making actually. Because I see that in Nigeria all the time. Like when I should speed, the next day nothing happened. No, somebody just brought a poster that I should speed. They showed the poster. I should speed it like is injured. They said attack I should speed. It's like it turns out that it was completely fabricated. It's like why would anybody do that?
I will saw one guy from the Southeast. He has a channel from Southeast to you. He does more Southeast stuff. You understand? There was a place when Ashes was driving. He just mistakenly used his sleep. Raised his sleep like because he was tired or whatever. Just like next thing they started putting narrative. The boy said Lagos is smelling. He said Lagos is smelling. He said Lagos is smelling. They was like, what? And this boy is from South to State, definitely. So he just want to also put that stereotype in Yoruba narrative that Lagos is smelling. Just to throw a shot. So man, look, God damn it.
Yeah, and Southeasterners, when you are the one doing it, they don't do that.
That's what I said. I said it here some time ago.
Every time people that are complaining from the Southeast, the first to jump online to go and complain about it.
I said this some time ago. I think it was last year. People from Southeast are complaining. They are like the Yorubas and the answer they are complaining about. They are the same people. They are like the same. It's just that because they are on the receiving end of somehow they shout. They are the same people. Trust me, they are the same. I know them.
Father, sorry, I wanted to say something. Unless you want to give the lady the slot to speak first, but I wanted to say something.
She wants to speak. She can take it. She can speak anytime.
Okay.
I just want to know. Sorry,
she can put up her hand now to speak now if you want.
I'll put up my hand, please. Loco, not today. Thank you. So I want to.
Which not today now? I just say if you want to speak, you can put up your hand. Who shall be not today? I don't understand you.
I beg, just calm down. Calm your nerves, please. Stay in your lane. I beg. I take God beg you, please. I just want to say.
For what now?
I don't want to jump the line. Now, please. Now, don't raise your voice at me, please. I just want to say I don't want to jump
straight now.
Look, leave my sister. Leave her alone now.
Hello.
No, she attack me now. She call my name. She attack me now. Why should come and attack me? Wait, why should they come and attack me?
Please now.
Look, just leave it.
Look, let her be. Let her cut.
Me, I not go bend for you. I don't care whether I be woman or not be woman. All I want to say is that I don't want to jump the queue. I'm happy to be behind the person. I'm happy to allow people that came before me to speak. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think everybody has spoken now.
I put up hand to speak now. I can't talk
everybody
bad
has spoken technically. Jimmy wanted to say something.
Yes, sorry. Thanks if you just give me. So, it is in respect to, because we've been giving solutions. I don't think since we started talking here, many of us have given solutions. We talked about the National Orientation Commission and how that helped in the military era. Let me just add one thing. You see, I think when it comes to Nigeria's challenges, one of the things that I believe we're overlooking is our politics. Politics, economy, education, science and tech, and everything is in that order. If we don't get the politics right, the economy will not be right. It's a fact. If you go read series of books or follow people, you will discover that the politics, for every politics that the economy flows from, there is always a class of people who get power. And when they get that power and play their politics now influences the economy of the nation. Listen, let's take, and I don't intentionally pick on Tinubu, but let's use him as a case in point since we're having this conversation. This man has an idea of how he wants to play politics. It is a prependal politics he plays. It's a politics that is dependent on subserviency. He brings his cronies around him. He does this all the time. And then they have a plan on how they want to marshal the economy, sometimes selfishly for their own interest. They want to create, because every political system wants to create its own economic stooges. Any big man, who, even Donald Trump in the US, who is president, he's creating economy for some people. We tend to overlook this and we're myopic about it. So for some of the things we want to change, for the person saying education, listen, if the political interest is not to educate the people, they will not get to that educational angle. If the idea is to make sure the people are subservient, you won't also give them that education. But if you have a leadership who brings, and the whole idea is we want to mass liberate our people. We want to be able to take this political power, empower the people, help them gain education so that they can also unleash their potentials. It will flow, it will cascade. It might look too theoretical, but that's a fact. When former President Buhari was in office, please, let's be honest, go and look at how the system flowed versus when we had an Obasanjo or even a Jonathan. You would see there was a difference in all of these things. But we always tend to overlook it. That's why, for me, the political angle is always critical. If we jump it, every other thing is just going to be a waste. Even this, your military defense that you keep talking about, if the guy who is there has no interest to secure the nation, he will be going to France. He will be simply going to France. And I'm using France as an axiom. It could be China. It could be anywhere. But once you get that politics right, the person has an agenda. Because there is nobody coming to office that doesn't have an agenda. The whole question is, what is this agenda? Is the agenda for the good, greater good of the people? Or you want to create a class of your own people? Like we see. That's why when, people get into office, you start seeing all sorts of tax system. And those things are geared. This tax system this man is bringing, he always had that in mind. It's part of his political agenda. So for me, I will advocate that Nigerians, come 2027, look very well. Anyone you don't like his politics, likely his economic programs are going to be inimical to the people vis-a-vis the educational system. But if this politics is good, you can say that's fairly okay for the system, then before you know it, even the economic system and the educational system, it will just cascade into all of those things. It's simple logic, but sometimes we skip it. Nobody wakes up Yeah, go ahead and say what you want to say.
Yeah, the thing about the politics is that we have so many different type of politics around the world. And when I talk about security, you see, like Boris Yeltsin was doing exactly what you are saying. He had very bad politics. All he did was run to Washington, drunk, begging for money constantly. But because they had security, when Putin came in, he had something to build from. Immediately within 4 years, he turned the country around. I witnessed this happen. He turned the country that they were calling a third-rate country. They were calling it Russia a third-rate country when Putin and Yeltsin was there. They have videos of Clinton laughing at Yeltsin when he was making his speech. It was like a joke. The mafia was running the country, but because security was already in place, the security is like a knife or a gun. You already have them, whether the person is using it or not. The person that will have common sense, the moment they show up, that country is back. But if you don't have it, you're going to go to hell to get it.
Let me use a little example. Why do you think, tell me why it would be in the man who is in office now's interest to remove touts? Aren't touts part of the instrument he uses to get to office and to accomplish his political goals?
That's what I find puzzling. They don't need touts.
But that's the point I'm making. That's his politics. So because it's his politics, he can't educate those people to do better. He wants them to stay in that frame where he can always call on them to accomplish his objectives.
Use them for his bid.
That's the point. So, and why I'm saying this for those who are saying, oh, educate mass, a leader who has no interest in your children cannot mass educate them because that's not his interest. But somebody who is telling you, listen, let's have a good politics, likely would want to train your children. It's a simple
Jim, though, have you ever seen a Nigerian, like when you're having all this conversation, that is not interested in having Nigerians educated?
A lot of them now.
Hold on. Let me take the one Nigerians like on this panel. If you ask everybody on this panel, they want Nigerians to be educated.
That's what we're saying until we get to the office and we see it.
Exactly. That's the thing. Why did they transform to something else?
Okay, good. So listen, I'm going to take the man Awolowo because at least we can relate with that. His politics was that he wanted his people to be, enlightened. And you could see that even as premier in that little place where he was as premier, free education, infrastructure, he was doing a lot of things. Listen, we might have other things to say about him, especially when it comes to ethnicity and code, those who want to go that line. But you could see clearly this guy's roadmap of what he was trying to accomplish. And the southwest of Nigeria is still enjoying the vegetables of that thing till today. But the one who is in Aso Rock now, right now, let's take his Lagos. What was his educational policy in Lagos State? What was his educational policy in Lagos State? Everything he did in Lagos State was to entrench himself and his family so that he can consolidate. That's the point I'm making, and that's his politics. His politics is to subjugate people. Listen, forget all these things you see. That is his politics. And your politics will showcase in the economy. You're only creating a few people who benefit. You're creating a few people who are educated. The whole idea is when I finish my son, my daughter, my wife, everything. Listen, open your eyes, it's clear. The thing is we live in denial a lot most of the time. But when a man has a good politics, it will showcase in the education. It's just, you can't give what you don't have. And that's why for this man to say you're going to come to office and then you get good people to run a Doge, no, it's not going to happen. Will he submit himself to Doge himself? He won't.
You could defend some areas because there is this other school of thought that says you can even get bad leaders to do the right thing if you have the right kind of followers and the right kind of people surrounding him. You can get them to do the right thing. So it's a feedback loop. I agree with you on your point. And regarding this education thing, when we were talking about technological revolution, I wanted to add that when I put technological revolution on mine, that includes education and industry. We always talk about education, we don't talk about the industry. Because if you don't build the industry, you're just giving them to other people to go and work for other people. That's what I see happening in Nigeria all the time.
But that's the point now. So take for instance, I know every time I say this, people like when somebody was saying that Lagos is congested, why wouldn't Lagos be congested? When there's no clear-cut program or plan to ensure that the place does not hold everything. I'm not against Lagos State, but But I'm simply saying there are some basic things government would have done to ensure that this one place is not saturated with everything.
With almost everything. Yeah.
Everything is there. Listen, brotherly, seaport is a national asset that includes national security. Seaport. So why don't you, Port Harcourt is only allowed for oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Oil and gas.
Put these things very well. Let there be a competition, and then you will see how the whole place will bloom. But when you force everyone to go through Lagos Seaport, Badagry Seaport, the one that they have built in Ekpe, or is it Lekki or whatever, you are forcing one place to carry more than it can carry. You're forcing one place. But when you liberalize these things, then those who are, you see that there are people who have no business coming to Lagos. There are people who don't.
But Chim, all of this is not going to work, or it's not going to be achievable insofar as the federal government is as powerful as it is. I agree with everything you say, but we have to somehow divest some of the powers that the federal government holds on, for example, the ports, right? Why can't they be region run? Why can't they be state run? You get what I'm saying?
I speak the truth. Those things can still be in the exclusive federal list. And we have somebody to say, even though it's on the exclusive federal list, the seaport in Port Harcourt still belongs to the federal government. Liberalize it, let it work. I know people who live in Ibadan who don't want to live in Lagos. I have a friend who, she was living in Ibadan, coming to Lagos every day to work. Monday, she comes to Lagos to work. Friday, as she's leaving, she's going back to Ibadan. And I asked her why. She said she can't stand Lagos. This is not an Igbo person. This is somebody who grew up in Ibadan, and she said she will never leave Ibadan for any good reason.
The responsibility of the federal government is just too much. I think at some point we have to break the country back down into regions and let each person take care and develop. That competition you've been harping on will only come if I work my ground, and the oil in the Niger Delta or the groundnut pyramids in the north does not have to pay for someone else. You get what I'm saying? So whatever we own, whatever we can manufacture, whatever we can sell, whatever we can produce, we use it for our people, and then we pay taxes to the federal government. But this situation where the federal government, 4 states take care of the remaining 32 states, it's just not fair. You see what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 states take care of the remaining states, and everybody else is just insolvent. And every quarter they run to Abuja and they say, "Oh, where's my money? Where's the money you want to give me?" You know what I mean? Like, we can't keep doing that. We keep doing that, we're not going to develop.
Thank you.
Fafara, are you going to let me speak today, or
no? I want to bring
I should wait till tomorrow morning.
We round up because we have to be rounding up. The time is on our side.
Let Ayo speak, please. Then.
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead. Hello, and thank you.
Is it not Ayo's turn?
No, just say what.
AY.
You said it's my turn now. Yeah. Thank you, my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually love what Chim was discussing, especially the seaport aspect of it. Also, what Bubumre said as regard the regionalize this country. I've been saying it. What I see with Nigerian leaders, they are not actually interested in developing the country. This is just the honest truth. The intention is not good at all. Like what as Estatrica has also said, as regard the education, we used to have research institutions that are really good. UI, they had very good professors. I'm sure a lot of them must have died by now. OAU had very good professors, solid. We have SOCA had some very good professors. Honestly, UNIBE had some very good professors. ABU has some very... Right now, I can tell you, a lot of them are gone. There is a problem. If we want to... I think where the problem is, we have people that are not interested in solving the problem. Because I think that should be the first thing. If we are interested in solving the problem, the solutions will come. The honest truth, yeah, people were gonna say, yeah, state are they are federated unit, but I think for Nigeria to develop very fast, and we have to regionalize this country. In that way, you actually allow each region to control their resources. Everybody is gonna wake up. I'm telling you, everybody is gonna wake up. By the time you see this region is doing good stuff, they are doing good, every region will wake up, because there is no region in Nigeria that cannot actually, that is not self-sufficient. Because we understand that, oh, some regions are producing oil, some, when you do that, regions are gonna wake up. Even the northern region you see, they are doing well in agriculture. They have the land. They will do very well, because you are.
When you say regions, are you talking about the current one or the old one?
Not the correct one. Where? What is the correct one? Like, you mean like the geopolitical zones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can make it like that. That will be the easiest cut. That would be the easiest cut. Regionalize the country. Now, you reduce power at the center.
South will be overwhelmingly more. Will be
it's not like that. See,
no, South will have to be divided into two.
Ask yourself, who's going to lead those regions? Who are the leaders of those regions?
What are you talking about?
So, it's a question. I'm just asking.
You have premier, whatever you want to call them. You have premier.
Or he means the same political class.
Okay,
that's
like what I'm saying, like the same your political leaders will still be the ones to go there.
No.
Okay.
In doing that, you have to do for example, you have to have a very good electoral system to produce competent leaders to lead this region. This is not rocket science. We don't want to do the right thing. People are not thinking. Some people are thinking, oh, if I devolve power, oh, I'm going to lose my power. If you really want Nigeria to develop, when you do that, you will see the speed. Let these regions be independent.
Why do you ascribe that to being fast development? I'm not convinced.
It should be fast development. Let me convince. Don't worry. In the sense that now you have like a mini president oversee a region. Now, for example, a lot of the youth are shouting Peter Obi. Just imagine you have Peter Obi in the east. You have another Peter Obi in the west. You have just think of it. If you give power to Peter Obi,
but they always have their timeline. Like Peter Obi had his timeline as a governor.
Huh?
He will be there for a while, leave office, then
be
another
a governor. Be a governor and have a real federal system that we have. Each region will have their independence. We control their resources different. It's gonna be different. There are better decisions you can make that will make that region to develop. So I'll give you an example.
Let me interrupt 1 second, just 1 second. Sorry. Forefathers, one thing that would actually work in that instance is if you allow people to make their own laws and develop at their own pace, at their own speed, right? All you need in that instance, because we need to lessen the burden of the federal government to make it more effective. So all you need in that instance will be to improve on federal government oversight. So the federal government will have power over the rest of the regions, but they just monitor them. They just a lot of monitoring. The federal government will still be powerful, but not as powerful as it is now. But there will just be strict federal oversight, just like the United States. The United States, all the federal government does really is watch everybody like a hawk and let everybody else go to work.
And I
that's what we will do.
Unless they have a strong center, that's the thing. My worry is that when we talk about regional system, in principle, there's nothing wrong with it because it's just one more system. But if you don't do it properly in terms of having a strong center like the way we did before, that's why it flew apart very quickly.
No.
Forefathers, if I do not like living, in California, if I don't like living in California, I take my business to Texas. But guess what? That does to California. California will now say, why am I losing people and change the policy and bring people back? That's the competition we're talking about.
Period.
For instance, people are not happy living in Lagos, and they know going to Edo State will better their life. Then Lagos will lose to people in Edo, and then Lagos will wake up to attract people back.
Yeah, but the same thing is happening now. The same thing is happening now.
No, it's
any other
not.
state
No.
can compete with Lagos.
No.
Why not?
Forefather, no, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Look at something. Look at something as simple. Look at something as simple as a port. Okay, so in that instance, John, let me just one second. So in that instance, right? Why can't we give the regions the right to open their own ports, for example?
Yeah, we have.
If it's possible for you to open your own ports, if it's possible for you to open your build your own airport, but
I think the federal government always has to be involved in something that
exactly, but it shouldn't be. The federal government just has to have oversight. Make sure it fits. No, not true. Not true. All you got to do is make sure the federal governments they abide by federal regulations. That is all you have to do, and then let them go to work.
Federal government can control the military.
No, but for others, see, apart from this,
it has to be significantly stronger than the.
Sorry. Apart from having this federal infrastructure in Lagos, for me, I don't think that is the reason or majority of the main reason why people are flocking Lagos, because it's not that they're benefiting from those things either. They are going to Lagos because of the commerciality, the market value of
It's part of the reason now.
Hold on. Because of the like this, that's there. One state like this, like they're not getting everybody that will carry their bag now to go to Lagos. They're not going to Lagos because there's international airports, they accept maybe international travel or whatever, or because of seaport or whatever. So might go because of the import stuff and the sell bet. People who just go there like normal hustle, maybe buying and selling of clothes there or whatever.
Local P,
like maybe
create businesses.
Hold on. Like movie industry, you understand? Like you can see what like. Let's use movie industry for instance.
Let's try to keep it brief.
The people from Asaba movie industry, they refuse to move to Lagos. They're still trying there to do their thing to make sure theirs is better.
Because the demand for their business is right there in Asaba.
Good.
If there's no demand,
exactly. So it's
you know what I mean?
Because of seaport or whatever that they did not, they are going there.
No, it's not a one size fits all. There are different reasons.
Okay.
No, not just seaport.
I think
no.
Let the lady say something. Hello, you have to be careful when you decide to do that hard. You know when someone that's probably is talking.
I wanted everyone to have their say. Local P. Sorry, I didn't mean to be. I wanted to take I won't say order from just the moderator. No interfering or something like that. So because last time I came and he asked me to speak, you had an issue with it that I just came now, something like that. I don't have any issues with you, so no vex, my bros. Thank you. So for me, I'm really pained. All these things y'all are saying here is not entering my ears because I had something to say and I was trying to not to lose my line of thought, so I can actually deliver my message. What I want to say is my voice. You may not agree with it, but this is my voice. And as a Nigerian, I think I have that right. So Aisha Speed's journey pained me because I watched this young man earlier on when he went to other countries up to the northern part of Africa, and saw how some countries in the south, Kenya in the east, treated him. And I was hoping that the people who are at the helm of affairs of our tourist department would take notes of why this man is in Africa. For a purpose, his genre, his target audience. Do you know why is he in Africa? Then when you know why he's in Africa, you begin to plan, because that is a window of opportunity we can make good use of for tourism and connections. It's not about the cloud chasing. It's not about one person as a Nigerian. It's about Nigeria as a collective front mirror to the whole world. What does it look like? And then, lo and behold, on that fateful day, I was so excited to see him in Nigeria, regardless his age, because he's doing mighty stuff. It's a window of opportunity. It's not like he's God. But imagine if 50 million people could see your front door that is worthy for business, for tourism, and then it spreads, word of mouth and stuff like that. It is good opportunity. We may look at it as is nothing, but it was a good opportunity for us to kind of begin to redeem our image internationally. Do you know what I mean? I'm wondering, getting there, how did he land? Knowing that he the kind of a streamer he is, he indulges in locals, in histories, things to showcase the African heritage and culture. It's not about how popular you are, how much money you have, how much muscles. If you have muscles, maybe traditionally, are you a traditional fighter? Something unique. You have to make yourself stand out from other African countries. What do you have that others don't have that make you Nigerian? We have rich heritage cultures that we have abandoned. It's been demolished and infiltrated by foreign cultures, and we're losing our identity. We don't know who we are. If we are lost, then how are we going to start to say Arewa go, Biafra go, and then, like I have said, a house with a crack cannot stand. If the foundation is faulty, it ain't gonna stand. If the mindset is corrupt and thwarted, it cannot produce any good fruit. So what would make us, what do we learn from this? It looks small, but it is big. Experience is the best teacher. Now we have to learn from this, not by bantering to defend our what's happened or blaming the boy. Some people say is Pella, is all that. Pella is a product of Nigeria. You see, what was that guy saying? I am strong or whatever. Can't you see?
You know me. I'm angry.
And stuff like that. So those are products of Nigerians.
Hold on. Let's do this. Let's see this guy. Let's just see one more time, because this guy could have been big. Maybe this actually would have worked with him, but he just ruined the entire thing himself because he was charismatic.
My friend is too much. Can you see? My strength is my superpower. It's too much. Can you see? I can see it now. Yes. I can see it. Can you see? His strength is his power. Yes. You strong as hell. Yes. He's strong as fuck. Yes. I see it. Yes. You the one. Yes. You're strong as your power. Yes. You are the strongest man in Nigeria. Yes. You so buff. Yes. I like your muscles. Yes. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you so strong. I don't know.
So yeah, that was iconic, I have to say, amongst his trips. But Nigeria did Nigeria, I guess.
So like I was saying, like I said before, I've been saying it, we have papers that don't mirror laws, because when you have a constitution you've written and then someone breaks it, there is no consequences. Will that be called a law? No, to me, because if you write something in agreement, as long as you don't, you don't carry it out when people break those agreements and there is consequences, or there are consequences regarding what is written, then it's a dysfunctional society. So how can something good from a dysfunctional society that are not united, divided by many other things, ethnic bigotry, religious bigotry, and all that? So now, didn't the Nigerian government, I know they have bigger fishes to fry, they may think, but this is important, or someone, what are the structures in place to get to know that someone like Ash, they've known that he's coming? Why wasn't things planned? Why was it so disorganized? All those whys and whys. If there are no solutions to all these problems, we aren't going nowhere. Even if when we divide all the confederation, the same governments we have now, we will still get in other small governments that we're going to the Biafra, the Arrow, and this, because the mindset is corrupt. Corruption has taken root inside us, and we have to change our mindset. All those our cultural heritages that we have destroyed, we need to begin to, build them up, learn from this. Why Lagos? Is Lagos the only state in Nigeria? When people are saying tribalism, I understand it. Normally, I see things as a whole with a different kind of eyes, but I do believe a lot of tribalism play a huge majority of roles that is making Nigeria not to move forward. If we can't see and say that, we are lying. Tribalism is embedded in a lot of things in Nigeria that is holding it to the ground. Even if you say let's divide the country today, tribalistically, it's not going to work as well. People are still going to find a way to make it tribal and all that. It was lovely he went to Antinika's shop. That's the only place, or one of the places he went to, that I was really proud, because it's cultural. It's beautiful. I didn't see that place as being tribalistic, that she's trying to promote any Yorubanism or something like that. If we are one Nigeria, what's happening? So all these things we're saying, we're just beating around the bush. I do believe that the government, it's everyone's fault, not just the government. It's everyone's fault. It's everyone's fault. So I'm really, really disappointed. I'm very upset. And for the videos that are going around that he was attacked and stuff like that, some people that may not be Nigerians could create that. For example, Ghana, as a banter, everything is banter to some of us as Nigerians or our youngsters. And I'm thinking, can't our youngsters be prepared to be a good image for Nigeria, whether they are streamers, celebrities or not, to be able to present themselves? Even if you have a language barrier, you should be able to know how to communicate. If you're not in position to speak when it's an international important thing in the face of the Nigerians, do not speak. And like those people that disgraced us this period, I believe the government should use them as a scapegoat to begin to make a law and punish them severely. I do not care who they are. The ones who are streamers, that is forcing things. You don't force things. You don't even force someone to skate that board something.
Yeah, oh my.
It's like
that's I got pissed there too. Like,
it's
I don't
mental
see
bullying.
it. I don't.
It looks aggressive. That's why they say we are aggressive, but we are not. We are lovely people with good hospitality, but we don't have structures and ground to build solid things to grow from. Yes, we have to spread this wealth until we declutter Lagos, put good structures in every state in Nigeria, and people can decide where they want to go to. Because if you tell me fish is in only Lagos and I'm hungry, where do you think I will go to? Lagos, man. So spread that pond, whichever way it is. Until you do that, our population is growing. Some people are marrying 50 wives and making more children. It will come to a time that that Lagos self will be working on each other like sardines, and then maybe by then, and people will just be doing whatever, number two everywhere. So this is nothing to do with race or tribal whatever. I'm really pained. I'm really pained. I'm disappointed. I'm really pained. I'm pained. That's why I'm here today. I'm still pained. I don't know how long it will take me to get over it, because this disgrace, I can't bear it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Nigeria would do to have more of your kind. I tell you, because.
Papa, can I take my turn?
What on? Let me share one good news. Because it's not all bad for Nigerians. Today it's about whipping. We have all been. That's why I appreciate Nigeria. Nigerians, we don't hide when we have screwed up. This one we screwed up big time. So, but let me just show this one. This one is another one where that makes Nigerians a little bit, to remind people what Nigerians can be like too.
It is very sick. Yeah. We have interview to do. We have deadlines. We could not do fun engagement because we are scared to go outside. And then you are telling me that the man will not be interviewed. What is wrong with you? sore losers and unprofessional. Unprofessional. When you beat Nigeria, did we act like this?
Yeah.
Did we act like this? Did we? Lousy losers. You're putting a great song against your jeopardy because you are all bullshit, nonsense arrangement character. I don't even know what I'm saying again. But it's true. We are here to celebrate the youngest guy.
Yeah.
He won the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
Let him come back and do it. How can you prove someone that doesn't know the African here? It doesn't make sense.
So you can see what a lot of people are saying about Nigerians here. They were talking about, oh, the lady just displayed the bravery of Nigerians. Bravo. I'm Senegalese. This is why I love Nigerians. You can always count on them to speak the truth. Thank you for the support. I'm a Ghanaian, but Nigerians' bravery is so attractive. So on and on and on and on. So this is the good aspect of Nigeria. Nigerians, they are like that spoiled brother that don't know when to shut up.
I've just come on. I haven't spoken, but I've been watching the whole show.
Please. I want to say good night.
I think if I can take a turn now, because obviously everybody has spoken. Let me just come in real quick.
And then create another stream.
I don't have the time. I'm sorry. I really.
Oh really? Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, no. You can speak. Have your say.
You are not creating new stream.
I can't do today.
Oh, you see meeting with your side chick today? Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I understand.
Side chick I have.
You have to have a chick before you get side chick. You have to have chick first.
Yeah, let's allow Chim, since Chim has been giving us some.
I've been listening to Chim, or he's been very interesting today. However, because I don't want to forget what I've been thinking.
Chim is positioning himself. We need to send him to contest.
I've been listening and I've been involved in the background.
We are going to give you straight 4 minutes to speak before I close, but let Chim just
1 minute. I'm done.
Okay, everybody wants to say 1 minute, one minute now. Okay, good thing. 1 minute, everybody. Then Jago 4 minutes.
1 minute. I'm done.
Okay.
But Father, what of me that has been waiting now?
Let's start with Chim. Then we'll go.
No, I came before you, brother.
No, you are the last way to speak, Jago. We're going to give you the last.
No, don't let me be the last. I don't want to be the last because actually the reason why I've come on is because of a couple of people that had spoken, and I liked where that communication and conversation was because it was about the development of night.
You want to speak first?
Yes, please. I prefer, and then you can give them the time.
Okay, go first, then 4 minutes.
Thank you. Very good. Good evening, everybody, and I've been listening. I've been listening since I got back and the show beforehand. I actually finished the show beforehand, Rudolph, and it's been interesting. And I came on now as I would have just stayed back listening because of what I think Chim began with it. Our brother Speaks touched on it. And then even indeed our young lady who was very graceful, I think, in firstly apologizing as she should do, as she should have, to our brother, the way she spoke to him. I think she was correct in her apology. And then what she had to say was very mighty for my ears. I really enjoyed everything she had to say. And I wanted to come on and give us all again something to think about. Imagine Nigeria back in the time that I was there in Nigeria. When I was born, I remember coming to England for the first time. We had tusks, pink and white tusks. The pink tusks were from the elephants that we used to have in that River Rhine area of Nigeria. And the white tusks was from the elephants that we had in the north of Ondo, going into Ekiti. Elephants. We used to have herds of them. I had one in my backyard, an elephant. And this was reasonable for me in going to Nigeria. I remember going back and forth to Nigeria and going to a place, Melege. Melege is a massive plantation of wood. And as you go further into the forest, you can see leopard. You can see all kinds of smaller cats, animals, and in this I show speed that I've been viewing, I've been putting my eyes on. It's not a lot of interest to me. He's an energetic young man, and everything that comes from there kind of surprises me how he's so labored on the news, especially from American point of view, where it seems like they still have in this day and age to not have an understanding of what Africa is and what it's been through and how it's connected to them. So much so that they're hating themselves and then believing that Africa is a pile of shit. Forgive my French, but that's how I put it. And all this really irritates me. It's quite irritating, a lot of it. When I just look at the way we're looking at each other, I'm thinking that I'm thinking to myself, you can't tell me that you've been played to this extent. You can't tell me that you've been played to this extent, not without your own ignorance being heavily involved in that. So looking at this, just think that we've squashed so much of what Nigeria used to be. Nigeria has 5% of the natural forest it had when the oil came. 5% left. Natural forest. Just think about that. When you saw the rest of Africa and I show speed, you saw nature, you saw culture, you saw people as they are. Genuinity, human being, human culture, human understanding, love coming out. Yeah. When it came to Nigeria, the disappointment for me, I didn't watch it anymore. I don't watch it. Rubbish. I don't like rubbish. I'm afraid. I don't like shit. I don't like to just be viewing shit. Nigeria was just a waste of life. He could have missed it out entirely. He could have missed it out entirely now, and let them see the way. I'm sorry to say like this. I may be wrong in my pattern that I have for this, but the way Nigeria was shown was the way I think African Americans have been blinded to the way Africa is. To look at Nigeria was to confirm their suspicions about the way Africa looks and Africa is and Africans are. And for me, we need to pay attention. Lastly, I just want to say this to round up. Imagine that when you go to Nigeria, there's only really 2 cities to see. There's Abuja, that is not complete by any mark, and there's Lagos. That is a jiggle-jaggle, could be hit and miss kind of affair. Now, when you look at these only, when we have Ibadan, Onitsha, Nsukka, Sapele, Warri, Benin, Akure, Ilorin, you just keep going. And there are places there that have been there for ages, that have history in all these places. Nothing to show. What kind of fucking people are we? What that lady said before, I'm on her side completely. Nigeria, we've just been wasting time, wasting money, suffocating ourselves in Englishness that we are not. We are not English. We've been tribalizing ourselves, not understanding that you are my neighbor who I've been beseeched by the Father God to look after. That's who you are. No, let's be tribal. Let's stab each other in the back. Let's just be stupid. My brother, there's a way we have to look at each other that makes us understand we haven't begun. Especially those of us living in the West and know what it is.
Time is up now. Come on.
Thank you very much. I think I've rounded. Thank you.
Nice one. Yeah, Jim, please go ahead. 1 minute.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much. So 1 minute. I don't follow the guy.
But I've not said anything now. I've not said anything today.
Yeah, it's gonna be your turn after Chim, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so
is there, please.
I can reclaim my time. So I think I don't follow the guy. It's this whole trip thing that made me know who he is. Pardon me, maybe I'm too old school.
Same me, I don't follow him.
But there was an opportunity, like the lady said, and there are places. So when we talk about this, let's not over concentrate Lagos. People don't understand that it's to the health of our nation. Because if you denominate everything about Nigeria to Lagos and Abuja, you're doing Nigeria a disservice, like Jagan rightly said. There are places, this falls under the purview of arts and culture, if I'm correct. And there are places to have taken this guy to, like somewhere in Ekiti State, this Ikeokosi, Warm Spring, and all those places. There are a lot of other places we could have taken him to, that where he would have gone to, and he would have had a good perspective of Nigeria and what Nigeria offers. Because this is an investment opportunity, but we lost it. So I hope that at the end of the day, people will understand that we need to have the right people with the right mindset, with the right planning, so that Nigeria can be properly positioned for the benefits that the world offers. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And clearly, you are the chat favorites. I don't know. No, one of these days they will turn on you. Don't worry. They will turn on you. They will turn on you. Revolution now. Welcome. 1 minute. What do you want to say? Revolution now. Are you there?
He's gone.
Is he?
He's muted.
Yeah.
You are muted. And your camera is off. Okay, we'll go to the next person in the meantime.
Then let me talk and then yeah.
Okay, you want to jump the queue? Okay, I wanted to
Yes,
have you. Let's
please.
see. Okay, please go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. You know, forefathers, this young man, when he visited Greece, you know, you played how he was treated in Greece, right?
Yes.
How he was mocked, how he was, racially abused.
Yes.
This is exactly what the Moroccans, or what are they called?
Moroccans.
How they treated Moroccans, how they treated the Senegalese and people like us, people with our skin color. This is what we didn't discuss this very, very deeply today, because that was a horrible thing that happened in Africa. And while we accuse the white people of racism, Arab people are the most racist people in this world. Let me tell you.
This world, Indians are competing for that.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you. No. I'm not exaggerating. Look at the black people. The black people who are living.
It's already gone.
Excuse me.
The one you are talking is a big competition, or you don't know. It's a big competition out there who hate black people.
No. Excuse me, because when we talk about this, we have to be very, because this thing is very painful.
It's 1 minute. Okay, 30
yes,
seconds.
It's very painful. I'm right now. It's very painful when your fellow African treated you worse than a white man is treating you. It's very, very appalling. Unfortunately, we didn't discuss about it because Arab people are the most racist people against black on this planet. We can argue it next time. Good night from here.
I would like to discuss that too, to find, get an idea. Revolution now, 1 minute. Go ahead, please.
Point of correction, Mr. Forefather. Recolonization, please.
Okay. I was trying. Okay, it's all right.
Don't overlook. We have finished revolution. Now no one died, so make we focus on the new suggestion.
So you invite other people to come and finish yours. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. If you can't call you Danuko, you know, yeah.
1 minute is going. No, 1 minute is going.
No, it's not 1 minute. I haven't spoken at all.
It's gone now already.
I've not spoken at all.
I will start it again, just to be fair. Start.
Okay, I start right now. First of all, I want to thank my brother who told you that the Arabs are the first person who called me nigger in this Sweden is a guy from Morocco. A colleague. Even I was his boss in that place. So I support brother for saying that. Okay, you see, I want to correct the impression. When I come here, I tell you people recolonization, revolution, some people say I'm talking rubbish. All of you have spoken very well the problems of Nigeria. But the thing is implementation. How can we implement all these good ideas you people are bringing to the table? Before, Nigeria was a very nice place. Suddenly, a group of criminals came to power and they just destroyed that country. And the only option they've given us today is to go to the polls, go and do an election. Election is around the corner now. Look at all the people line up now that we are going to choose from.
Ah, 1 minute is gone. Sorry.
It's not 1 minute now. I've not spoken now. 1 minute
I
are for
started
those.
it 1 minute. I started it
Yeah,
1
round
minute.
up, round up, round
You
up,
have
round
to
up,
give me 4 minutes like
round
Jagu.
up, round up, round up,
30
round up,
seconds. 30 seconds now. Just
round up,
round up.
round up.
Papa, you are not fair. I've not even spoken today at all. I begged for 1 minute before. Now it's my turn to say my thing. You say another 1 minute.
It's 1 minute. Sorry, we are rounding up. That's why. If you wanted more before, I would have given you.
Okay. Let me respect myself. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Next time. Who next? I think
Yeah, that's me.
Interference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's first of all let's correct something. Moroccans are not Arabs. They are Amazighs. If you, a more derogatory term would be to call them Berber. I don't know why they find it derogatory, but the Algerians and the Tunisians do not. Their treatment.
They call themselves Arabs. That's the problem.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They call themselves Amazighs. They call themselves the regular Moroccan. I have tons of them as friends. They call themselves Hamazighs. So they are Arabized because of their religion, their language, maybe culture a little bit, but they're Amazighs. Now, one thing I want to correct is they are a weird bunch. They treat everybody the same. This is why you see when they lost, Algeria was happy, Tunisians were happy, Egyptians were happy. So they also have beef with the Moroccans. It's not just a color thing. For some reason, they're just weird like that. I don't think it's just good. They have the same problem with the rest of the North Africans. So your bell is ringing.
To be fair, they do have admixture, but smaller, lesser admixture than all northern African countries. That's the Moroccans, lesser admixture of non-Africans. And
what do you mean lesser? No.
They have percentage of
they have a very actually no. Actually, out of all the remaining northern African countries, they have the highest admixture of sub-Saharan African in them in their DNA. Go check it out. This is not supposition.
And for your information,
yes. I think up to 10%, if I'm not mistaken.
Or more than 30%.
For your information, Morocco.
No, I said more than 30. Huh?
Morocco was not part and parcel of the African Union for a very long time.
Right.
Because
they were trying to join the EU.
That's what I'm saying.
They left
their mindset.
Support the Afro voting. Take your 1 minute. No. Hold on. Support the Afro voting. You need to take your 1 minute. I need to round up.
Yeah. Yes. That's where I vote. You got it right. Local P. Yes, because of Western Sahara.
Because Western Sahara problem. That's
yes. 100%. Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead and support the Afro voting. 1 minute.
Oh, that's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, like I said, it's all about Nigeria. We are here for Nigeria every day, day in and out. But I think 2026, time is going. The more I don't think we ever believed Nigeria was as bad as this, if not for the arrival of Asho Speed. Yeah, we may have it, imagine what we see in the news and all that, but we never knew this disgrace would have still been. Although, like someone said earlier, this is not really the true reflection of Nigeria. But the bad thing is the people that are giving platforms, who happens to be the ambassadors, you understand, as in by default, people in the airports, the immigration, the customs in the airports, the police, these influencers who happens to be in people's face via YouTube, internet, and Instagram. You understand? I think we should really be caution, put more vested interest in them, because else, Nigeria's image is going to be laundered, in a wrong light, So I think we should do something about it.
And I think that should be it. Ike, are you there? I don't know. Ike is not around. So yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. The contributions has been excellent. The conversation went quite coherently. Everybody is unanimous in this was a shame. That's why it went so smoothly. There's no argument. This was a shame. We're just trying to find out, work our way through what we just saw in Nigeria. And I don't think that people should take this with a, like, it's a bad, it's a bad event, but it's not the end of the story. Nigeria still has a lot of positive things, and we just need to address some of all these very serious problems that has developed over decades now, and is getting worse. So we've had so many suggestions from Chim, from Eccentricas. A lot of people have come up with a lot of suggestions on how to fight this, and I came up with my own suggestion on how to deal with these problems too. And I really hope we take it seriously, because I saw that lady. Nigerians are their best when they are being bold and doing the right thing. That's when they are their best. Everybody will just fall in line. That post, not one person said one negative thing about that Nigerian lady. Not one lady. No, not one person. I mean, because they associate Nigerians with that trait. Even Molema says it. So that part of us that likes to do the right thing, that like to stand up for themselves, we really need to tap into that a little bit more and correct this decay that we are seeing. Grown men that are well, they are clothed, they are not limping or anything, asking for money without offering anything. That is the uniqueness of what they are doing. Sometimes you see people begging. I've seen people begging before, but often they have issues. Some of them have drug issues, some of them one eye, one leg, all kinds of different things. And others, when they are kind of begging, but they're not really begging, they are trying to force you to kind of patronize their service. Like in Egypt, somebody will tell you they want to sell you something, they will really pester you, and it's really a problem too. They will pester you, but that is it. In India, what they will do is, the people on the street in India, they are very, very rude, the children and the young people, and they will be in your face being rude to you, but they're not begging you money. Nigerian one is unique. They are not offering you anything, they're just asking for money, to give them money. And even when you offer them money, some of them even have the gall to tell you no. We really need to think about it. I've seen things in my time. I've never seen it this way before, and I find it really, really disturbing. And you see other aspects of Nigeria where somebody was trying to offer him a lady on camera, and then you see the other one that says he's the best interviewer in Nigeria.
Even the other one that accused him accused his security of pressing her breast.
Yeah.
Fathers, I want to ask you, why do you always say Russia used to be a mafia state?
Yes, it was.
It still is.
Yeah, controlled. Before it was out of control. They were controlling 70% of the economy, and they were killing everybody. So that was the difference. Now, Putin is the head of if you want to call it the mafia. So what I was talking about, the issue with the Nigerian, what I observed in Nigeria this week that I find disturbing, is that entitlement that we have. And is the reason why I think I said it, that we don't even send money home to our family members to do work for us. Most of us don't do that because we don't trust them. They are willing to cut their nose to spite their face. Like, you, instead of them to work with you so that you send money to them, they do something for you, then you give them money for their own upkeep, and they send the money back to you, and they offer value. In other words, they don't want to offer value, they just want to sink you. For the life of me, I don't understand it. It's the same thing that strongest man, that I'm so strong. That same thing he did to himself. He had an opportunity to make a break. I should feel like him, but he ruined the entire thing himself. And this is Nigeria for you. We really need to think about what we are doing. I'm sure I don't have a clue how to fully resolve this. And just anybody that has listened to this, just take advice from various people, and and see how this can be done. If you are somebody that has access to corridor or power, personally, I believe that you need to, if you want the most efficient way to do it, you want to find somebody that has a reputation that is incorruptible, and surrounding with people that are like him, that are willing to carry out this order. Empower
you haven't been on Twitter that long, have you?
Twitter?
Yeah, on social media.
I barely use Twitter.
If you are on social media, whenever because there's Nigerian Twitter, which I'm not on. Sometimes it comes on based on the algorithm.
I'm trying to close the show. Sorry.
If you go on Nigerian Twitter, you'll see that's all they do. They beg. The moment they know about social media, that's all they do, giving their account numbers, begging. Everybody knows them for that. They're just begging all over social media. The last like 6-7 years.
Many of them, that person that is begging you, he's building a house. They will be building a house. They will be telling you,
they just be giving out their account numbers and the name.
You. But it's okay anyway. And let's see. There's something we can learn from this, and I hope, and I'm happy that Nigerians are not trying to defend nonsense. When we do nonsense, we own up to it, and let's hope that we do better next time. Shawolu, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought all the hype they were hyping, at least some of it was correct, but this is just throwing all that. He just threw all that out of the window now. It's like, this is worse than Lagos was before. If this guy came to the Lagos of Abacha time, he would have had a better time than what he found when he came this time. He wouldn't have seen that man that is acting entitled. He wouldn't have seen people on the street begging him to give them money. He wouldn't have seen a reporter that claims to be reporting that doesn't even know his age. Those days, people had a little bit more serious. They're a little bit more serious about things. So let's hope we learn from this and correct some of our errors. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. And let me thank you to the people that are in the chat. I appreciate all of you in the chat, and Oscar Blackbone that donated to the channel. This is extremely valuable to the channel. We can't thank you enough for it. And Chioma, as always, thank you for the support. And you guys should be supporting the channel more, because this work that we do here is very, very rich and very, very honest. And we try to come with raw information as we see them. And we give our opinions and advice. We learn from each other here, and you can't put a price on these things, especially these days where there is so much falsehood, AI generated content, that you can't even tell what is true and what is false. You see people here, they come here, they put their camera on, they talk to you as honestly as they come, and some of them are experienced people in different industries. So it deserves to be supported, especially when an election is coming on, and there's a lot of work that is in place that needs to be done, and there is no way you can transform that country without supporting such a movement. We are not promising you anything that we're not promising heaven. We are promising to be as honest with you as possible. Transparency to the people that are donating this money as possible. And we are going to do the work that we are to better our country, to better our prospects. That is why we are all here. None of us are getting paid. So it's good to support the channel. And that's why I thank Oscar Blackbone and Chioma for supporting today. And, McKennelly, I see you there. You support, actually quite rude and insulting to me. Apart from when I'm closing the stream, that's when it's nice to me. It's like, oh, it's about to leave. Thank God. Let him go. That's when he says that. So, Boom Boom Ray, all of you that came on, thank you all. And I'm going to play you out with, our honorable Yoruba culture. This is not all. Yoruba culture is very rich. This is not all. I didn't cover the talking drum and everything even. I didn't do any of that. So Yoruba culture is very rich. So next week, we are going to be going towards Benue, and we're going to be heading towards the Middle Belt, the tea people and everything, so that we can start heading towards the north and see what they have to offer, the rich culture that they have to offer in Nigeria. So till next time, bye everyone.
Ọjọ́ winiwini balẹ̀ gbogbo ilẹ̀ á sì tutù bí ejò òwúrọ̀. Mọ́ṣẹ́wà Ẹlẹ́dùmarè tó láyé lárùn. Àtọ́rí aláìsùn wọ́n ṣe ni ọba tí ń gbẹ́kú ẹni lódìndín. Ṣé bí wà ló fọ̀rọ̀ dálé ayé o? Kábíyèsí rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ló ṣe ni iṣẹ́ ṣe ni ọba fìrí gbogbo. Orí adé tọmọdé tàgbà ní dáríjọ tí bọ̀gún àràbà bó bá ti di lọ́dọọdún. Ayé àmọ́ dáríjọ wá pínrẹ fún yín ní orí adé ó bàbá mi àgbógbógbó fèwú sókè kò sí ohun tí ó sọ bá ẹ̀ ní kú mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́.
àwa máa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni o àwa máa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni àwa máa forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni o àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba wa ni ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ bọ́ba yín ò jọ yín lójú àwa ń forí balẹ̀ fọ́ba ni. Kábíyèsí.
Ta ló dàbí rẹ̀ nínú gbogbo alágbára láyé ta ló dàbí rẹ̀ Olúwa ta ló dàbí rẹ̀. Dàbí rẹ̀ ta ló dàbí rẹ̀ nínú gbogbo alágbára láyé ta ló dàbí rẹ̀ Olúwa ta ló dàbí rẹ̀. sọ̀kalẹ̀ gbogbo ilẹ̀ á sì tutù bí ejò òwúrọ̀